This season on Knights of the Rolled Table, 5 knights who came together in the city of Valentrell became a party of rescuers, jumping from realm to realm and retrieving and recovering other knights to gather support against the elites of the Platinum Syndicate. Throughout their adventures, they learn of several false gods in various realms, all of which allude to one mastermind creating followers and destruction. Now, Igneous, Diedre, Yenni, Melbin, and Theo must take on one final rescue mission of their hidden benefactor Drake Bloodmoon from the arch-cleric Narsendrell. Will Narsendrell sacrifice Bloodmoon to Averos, or will the knights find him in time?
Welcome to Knights of the Rolled Table, the final episode of Season 5.
Woo!
Yeah.
What?
Five. It's all come down to this. Our intrepid heroes entering, well, what they think is the High Temple, the Temple of the High Apostle, which is to have a conversation with Narsendrell. And they have come here because they were told by Gustavo, who is a changeling that works with Drake Bloodmoon, that Drake Bloodmoon himself was captured after a deadly encounter with some of the purifiers that mysteriously showed up in the Glorn Temple despite its magical protections. They fought off those assailants, and a particularly nasty mage, that shadow mage that has they had dealt with before briefly in an underground temple, and realizing that possibly the inhabitants of the temple and its secrets were in danger, they decided to confront Narsendrell, the High Apostle, to find out what's up with the purifiers, where is Drake Bloodmoon, and if they can piece together anything that they know from all of these fake gods, these gods that elites from around the world that they've dealt with while rescuing various knights over the past couple of weeks, and they've been finding out that all of these deities and gods that a lot of these elites and forces have been worshiping are not actually real. So they are armed with that information, and they're going in to talk to someone that knows a lot about deities and gods, the High Apostle of Valentrell in the Temple of the High Apostle. You are let in, and the doors shut behind you, and you enter in through a large central chamber. It's big, echoey. The ceiling is super tall. It's midday, around like 3 o'clock. So the sun is kind of coming in through the stained glass windows depicting various scenes of Valkarian history. It's quite beautiful because the glass colors, and this place is pristine. It's alabaster and sort of a cobalt blue inlay. There are colors of purple and black around here and there, which are the colors of Averos. The current ruling faith is the Averos faith. And but no one is in this large central chamber. There are pews, there are pillars, there's an altar, but there's nobody there to greet you. No Narsendrell, no purifiers. You are let in this room, and there's nothing there. There is a large central altar up a couple of steps. There's 2 side doors on the left, one on the left, one on the right, and that's all you see. There's a lot of candles and sconces and things like that on the side, a couple of pillars, cabinets, things like that.
Oh, wait, I think I remember the trick from last time. And Theo's going to go over to the altar and look for the same little recessed button that opened up the underground cavern from
all right,
the other place. Yeah.
You look under, I'm not even going to make you roll for it because you remember, and you look under the altar, you're kind of feeling and you find, sure enough, there's a little button. You press it in, and you hear a, and it opens up, and the door on the left side of the room that you're facing has unlocked. It was locked, apparently. So you have a now open door on the left side of the cathedral. What would you like to do?
Well, that was very impressive, Theo. Good job with however you knew how to do that.
Oh, we had been through here before. I mean, a similar one, not the same one, but, why reinvent the wheel, I suppose.
What was down there when you came to a different place like this before?
You guys.
Oh.
That's when we met you.
We're probably not down there this time, but let's go check it out.
Okay. Maybe there will be a whole new set of friends.
All the other knights.
Oh my
Yay!
god!
Surprise party!
I remember all the other voices that we
Branch
did.
would like to be let out.
All right. All right. All right. So you guys head towards the door. It opens up, and sure enough, you actually see a set of stone steps going down straight forward. Not actually spiraled, but straight down about 30 feet. And there's one sconce of torch light that's emanating a blue light over on the side, but it's kind of up a little bit, so it's just lighting the path. Would you like to go down?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
I would like
who's-
to go
who's
first,
going first?
as
Okay,
stealthily as possible.
Okay, so getting a marching order, we have Diedre. Who's after Diedre?
I'll be
I'll go.
behind Diedre, skulking.
I'll go after her.
I'll give myself plenty of space and go last.
No, I want to be last. You should be up close with everybody.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make a lot of noise.
But I will make noise. Don't you want?
Pass without trace.
Don't you want to be stealthy?
Okay, pass without trace. So everybody give me a stealth
we are.
check and add 10.
Dang.
So we got Diedre, Iggy, Yenni, Theo, and then Melbin bringing up the rear.
27.
24.
19, so it'll be 29.
Show off.
29.
19 total.
24.
Okay. So pretty good. You stealthily go down, shuffling down.
Yeah.
Even
If we're going
Melbin-
stealthy, if we're
Melvin
going
is
stealthy-
really quiet, but compared to the rest of us, he's still like the loudest noise in the
It's like a drip. It's like
yeah.
kink, kink. It's a steady kind of tiny metallic echo as you guys head down these steps, and at the base of the steps, it actually levels out, and you can see another set of steps goes down. So it even goes down equal set of steps in the opposite direction, kind of curving back around. So it's kind of like those steps in Fellowship of the Ring, when they're in the dwarven caverns, and it's just there's no side rails. It's just like steps down, and then it turns
the
back
Mines
around.
of Moria.
Yeah, in Moria, and it's just like really steep steps, and they're
Nerds.
kind of going down. Moria. Okay, so you head down about
This place.
another 30 steps, and you turn around, and then there's another 30 steps going down. So you're going down, down, down. Into...
Sugar, we're going down swinging.
Yes, you're going down swinging, and then finally you get to an archway, which you see has a tunnel, and this is the air smells like earthy and damp, and you hear kind of a and there's a wind, kind of like a almost like a breath coming through the tunnel, and it's a warm air, but there is light in the tunnel. There's a couple of these blue glowing fire sconces. It's not a natural fire. It's almost like a different ethereal kind of fire, creating this blue flickering light on the sconces on the side. And it's a really old stone construction. Everything is stone. It's like this white stone, but it's got mildew and kind of a stank smell on the rock. There's a little bit of water pooling and stuff like that. What's up?
Does this stank smell like either the dungeon where we were at the beginning of this adventure, or does it smell like the Underdark by any chance?
It does not smell like the dungeon you were in before. This is definitely a different location. It does not smell like the Underdark either. So it's more of just really old. It's not a sewer, but it's from what you can gather, it's just a very old secret tunnel or location of some kind. So you have this tunnel ahead of you. What would you like to do? You want to proceed?
Yep, I'm gonna go first.
Diedre, I need you to give me going forward carefully. I need you to give me an investigation check.
Okay. So I rolled a 7, but I do have
Reliable talent.
So that'll be a 10 plus 8. So that'll be an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
That will do it. Rogues with their reliable talents. You needed a 16, so good thing. So you go a couple of slabs forward, and you noticed one of them is slightly off color and inset into the ground, and you stop.
I want to check it for traps.
Okay. Using the same kind of investigation you are able to discern that this is definitely a pressure plate, and stepping on it would probably be bad. And as you look up, you notice there are in between where some of the slate wall comes together, there are indeed very small holes in the wall on both sides.
Probably like Indiana Jones blow darts. I will point it out. I will motion to the group behind me and point out the thing and make the little slitty motion across my neck and be like, best to avoid this one. And then keep moving forward.
Was that Diedre's voice?
You know what? It's been a while since we played. Best to avoid this one, darlings.
Okay, that's better.
Best to avoid this one.
Best to avoid this.
Best to avoid it.
Hey, you guys! This is Diedre after she'd had a point or two. What?
We quietly passed her message down the line with different, increasingly silly voices.
Go ahead and do that for me. So Diedre to Igneous says, best to avoid this one. Igneous to Yenni, what do you say?
Diedre says, best to avoid this one.
And Yenni to Theo, what do you say?
Best avoid this one.
And then Theo to Melbin, what do you say?
Diedre says, here's your hurt.
Rebecca, Diedre says,
She nods in understanding.
I need Rebecca to make an intelligence check.
Oh no!
You guys are the worst.
I don't know that I have stats for her.
Come on, Rebecca.
I guess I'll just roll a d20, baby.
Yeah, you need sheep
5.
stat. Okay, what's the intelligence of a sheep in D&D?
+2.
I mean,
3.
negative
+3.
1.
Yeah.
They ain't smart.
Rebecca's very gifted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you avoid this, Rebecca comes forward and it's just like, all right. And then she steps on this little pressure plate.
Oh no.
And then these darts come out. Now, luckily, Rebecca is a sheep. So she actually, it just goes, and just kind of goes right over her wool, making this kind of skidding ash and skidding out. And the darts that come out, sure enough, go into the walls on the opposite side, go, and everybody turns around like, what?
Can I collect those?
Rebecca, I said. Rah, 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 rah.
You can head back and collect those. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab me some darts.
You have 2 unknown darts. You don't know what effect they have unless you want to take a really strong look at them.
Sure. I briefly look strongly.
Okay, you can make an investigation check then.
That's probably not gonna help. All right, let's give this a shot. Ooh, 17.
17. There's something maybe that these darts are coated in. It looks like there's this kind of reddish, almost copper oxidation that's on the tip that's kind of going up, and it looks corrosive in some way, but your instincts tell you not to touch it. You're not sure exactly what it is because you're not an expert on metallurgy or corrosive materials, but
I acquired a couple of poison darts from I'm not sure when, but I'll kind of like toss them in there in the pouch of don't touch these darts.
Okay.
That I might use.
Hopefully they're not point up,
Yeah.
they haven't moved around.
They're
and you're
neatly
like,
stored.
hold on, darts. Ah!
But you could now; they'd have no effect on you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm now immune to poison. It's not a problem.
Bring
Yeah,
out your
whatever.
hand and it's just like a dart sticking out. You're like, oh, hold on.
Those
Yeah.
darts. Oh.
Well, there you go. Okay, so you have 2, just write down 2 mystery darts in your inventory.
Mystery dart.
Mystery darts. Coming to the WB this fall. All right. So you make your way forward and you see this tunnel opens up into a large center underground room, and there's what looks like a still pool of dark liquid, maybe water, but it's hard to tell because it's very low light in here. There are around the perimeter of the room a couple of these blue flickering lights. The water pool is a circular pool and it's about 20 feet in diameter, but it's low set into the ground, so it's kind of level with the ground from what you guys see as you're coming in here. And there's a glow to it. There's it's dark itself, but also there's something inside of it that you can kind of see underneath it. But it's still kind of hard to tell how deep it is, or if it's just like a surface layer of oil. It's kind of hard to tell like what this is. It has a slight reflection to it, but not like water reflection. And then on the opposite side of the pool are a series of large stone slabs. So there's some vertical, horizontal, resembling a altar or a table. Very similar to the one that you were on, Igneous, in the other cavernous room under the temple, the other temple that you guys met in. And on the rear wall behind the altar, there are 2 hanging banners. One of them has the insignia of Avaros, which you've seen before, the black circle with a purple ring around it. And then the other looks familiar, but kind of out of scale. And then it kind of hits you. This is a silhouette of a spider that's grabbing its legs are kind of circling back around on the coin, and it's grabbing what looks like a diamond or a gem of some kind. And this, you've seen this before. This is a platinum syndicate coin, or at least kind of what you've seen from some of the people that you've interrogated or talked to previously. But it's like really big on this. It's the symbol of a platinum syndicate. At the altar, you see High Cleric Narsen Drell. Just to remind you what he looks like, he's a pale-looking man, older, but still kind of muscular for his age, good shape. And to his right, there is a shorter female, a half-elf or elf. From this distance, it's a little hard to tell. And she is in black leathers, and she's blonde hair, a scarlet red cloak with a hood that comes over her head, but the blonde hair is kind of coming out of the cloak. And there are several daggers across her chest and what looks like these little spikes on the side of her arms and around her legs. And Melbin and Theo, as you're getting closer, you actually recognize her. This is Rayla.
No.
Have they
I'll do that
noticed
thing.
us?
They see you. They see you coming. They're just standing there.
I'll do that thing
And-
where you like try to like smack your friend when they and like you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. You see who this is.
Rayla.
The rest of you just see this half elf that's kind of standing next to him is there. And Narsendrel says, "Ah, the Knights of the Realm. I'm glad you were able to join us once again. Hopefully no more death has occurred since our last meeting."
Not on our part, no.
No, we are still very much alive.
I understand. I assume you are here because of Mr. Bloodmoon having gone missing.
How did you know that?
Well, otherwise why would you come here?
Yes,
It's-
but why did you know that?
Well, because I'm the one that took him.
Well, this
It's
isn't
not-
good.
It's not a secret. I told you last time that I wanted to find him and stop him. He's been responsible for, well, several deaths of my purifiers, which are not cheap, by the way. And also, he's trying to put a stop to my ongoing campaign and quest to rid Valentrail and the very realm of Volcara of crime and poverty and all bad people, when I've clearly made this realm a better place. So, taking Mr. Bloodmoon out of the equation will allow me to do my work without encumbrance. Now, I can take you to him. I am willing to do this. As an ally and associate, I'm sure you want to know what your benefactor has been up to. But I would like to propose something to you before we go further. Last time I mentioned that I was a member of the Platinum Syndicate. And as such, I have intel into what they've been doing and what their motivations are. I am willing to work with you, to work with the Knights, to provide you with information, if you work for me.
You are
Help
also
me-
clearly working with a traitor.
And I point at Rayla.
He looks over and says, I understand that some loyalties run deep. Rayla says,
I'm sorry, I'm not up to speed. What exactly, who is this person? I mean, obviously she accessorizes well. It's a lovely cloak that she has, but could you please illuminate the situation for the rest of us?
She
Rayla-
was a knight. She attacked us and killed Anastasia, our friend, our leader.
A mentor to both of us.
Oh, that's a little gauche, darling.
Rayla has been looking at Theo almost like kind of like afraid in some ways. Like she's kind of like looking at you like, please don't judge me, you know, like she's kind of this sort of guilty look on her face, and she says, you know, I'm sorry for what I did, but I had my reasons, good reasons. Mr. Drell, High Priest Drell, he said he was going to help me. He's been very good to me, giving me training and whatnot. So, I know what I did was wrong, but I thought the Knights weren't really giving me anything new, and I needed help for my family, Theo. I needed to help my brother. I needed to help my mum. They were going to give me lots of money.
We could have helped if you'd have said something, if you'd have talked to us.
The knights don't have any money.
It doesn't mean we couldn't have been there and couldn't have helped.
Look, I kill people for a living. The offer was too good.
Well, then you don't deserve to be a knight anymore.
I'm not. I'm working for the syndicate now. I'm working with Mr. Drell. I just want you to listen to him. If we have anything between us, I know you have no reason to trust me, but I think you should listen to him. He really wants to do good by this world. Thank you, Rayla. I appreciate the endorsement, but I'm not sure coming from you it might not be worth a single penny. It seems like they harbor some resentment towards you. But perhaps my actions can speak for themselves. All of you have noticed in Valentrell that there is no crime. My purifiers have been able to take away any sort of bad omens, and the misuse of illegal magics in the city have brought trade up, businesses up, people are happy, they feel safe, our education rates are successful, and if I eliminate the other elites around the world, with your help, of course, as you've been doing, then I will win this contest of the Platinum Syndicate, and I will bring my methods across the world. The teachings of Averos will continue to purify the rest of the realms, bringing forth peace.
No crime? Is kidnapping not a crime? Is murder not a crime?
Would you not have me take away criminals and bad omens and people that are doing wrong, that have lied, that have stolen, that have murdered?
And who does that to you?
There are sacrifices that must be made in any large, important movement, and I am willing to make mine. I am sacrificing the people that have given up on the good of this land. They are being sacrificed to fuel the needs of a greater being, Averos, our Lord. And he kind of looks up, purely amazed at the power that he thinks his God has, and he's quite impressed with everything that he's been given. You can see, and he kind of comes back down, from his perch a little bit, and he's like, "I think our aspirations align. You want to get rid of the elites, so do I. We will be able to make this world better. Yes, my friend Melbin, there are some sacrifices, but these are the people that are bringing bad things into the world, and wouldn't you rather see them serve a higher purpose? I can provide them with a greater calling for their lives, and technically they're not dead."
Tell us more about that. Tell us more about technically not dead.
Not dead.
My
What's that
god, my deity, Averos, takes their souls and well, it's hard to explain. I don't know if any of you understand the way that souls work, but they've sort of been transferred into ethereal beings, and they are used as fuel over time. But their essences will remain trapped trapped is a hard word, but their essences will remain in a stasis. And if we are ever in a place where we can bring them back, perhaps we will.
Well, while he's talking, I'd like to cast Divine Sense.
Oh, okay.
Celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Okay.
He's 70 feet away, so you can't tell.
You sense 4 undead beings, 2 to your right, 2 to your left.
Thank you.
Fairly close.
And so, what do you propose? That you should rule the whole world?
Well, I don't like ruling. It's more of a legacy. I want to make sure that working with it's hard for one person to make all the rules for the entire world, but I want to make sure that I am bringing forth a new age, that the light and shadow of Avaros will cast over this world, and everyone will, with the proper motivation, and we will continue to have people that do not live up to his calling. I will be able to use that to bring forth Avaros into the material plane.
Sorry to interrupt. Our tattoos, they allow effectively message, right? Between ourselves. Do I have to speak out loud for that? I don't remember.
We've said before that you do not. If you're sending it to someone else, then you do, but between yourselves, you don't.
I'm going to let them
but you do have to physically kind of tap on.
I'm going to do that. Yeah, but I'll send them the message about the undead.
Okay.
Like those bugs on my forearm.
Oh no!
Me too.
So your arm is covered by armor. So you're gonna have to like.
I think I have like a hinge there or something.
Oh,
I clearly have to use this.
All right.
I mean, I've clearly had to use this a lot.
It's a Velcro strap. Yeah.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check, Melbin.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. Oh, shit. Threw my dice off the table. Sleight of hand. Where's that? Well, it's not negative. 13.
13.
Right there.
You got lucky. Her perception was not as good. Oh, actually, she has +9 to perception. What'd you roll?
13.
13? Oh,
13?
So Rayla, yeah. So actually, that does. All right, Rayla instantly kind of just her eyes look over to you, and then she says, "He's trying something. He's doing something with his arm." Yes. It's hard for me to talk to you if you're going to do sneaky things. Try not to. Look, I know that there might be some trust issues, but I brought you back to life, Melbin.
True, and I appreciate that. Tell me, Drell. You control the purifiers, yes?
They follow my commands.
Did you tell them to kidnap them?
And I indicate the 3 that we had rescued at the beginning of the.
Oh, well, yes, I did.
So what did they do to deserve that?
Well, they used magic. They were looking into the goings on underneath, where we make our sacrifices underneath the temple, and we didn't want that operation to go asunder, so I had to stop them. I made a mistake. I should have talked to you, and after having some, it's actually good that you got away when you did, and I was able to have a moment of clarity, as it were, where I thought maybe we can work together and our goals will align. So thank you for saving your allies, but unfortunately I did have to. I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to original goals, and I did have to find Mr. Bloodmoon. He is guilty of crimes that I cannot forgive, and so he has been. Well, I haven't sent him to the higher plane yet, but if you want to see him, I can take you to him. But I would love your assurance that you will work with me, and we will be partners in the first stages of the new world that I am trying to create.
Look, you've been laying out a couple of important things
here.
Yes.
Bit of things I'm personally a little concerned with is, you want to eliminate the bad from the world based on your definition of bad and good, which includes if you have to do bad in order to get rid of the other people's bad, that's fine. And you also mentioned just now that you could make a mistake, so quite frankly, I'm not necessarily a smart man all the time, but I feel like you got some inherently corruptible flaws in your logic there, where the more power you get, the more ability to make decisions about other people's bads and goods, which just happens to correspond with you having increased power, might not work out from the little people in the long run, yeah? Like all the people who may or may not do a crime now and then are just have to be purified. Very scary word, by the way, purified.
Igneous,
you might want to rebrand that.
Igneous,
Yes.
darling,
Yeah,
darling,
yeah.
You realize that you cannot out-talk crazy.
No, well, I just feel like this is an opportunity to see the light, so to speak, and maybe be like, oh yeah, that makes a good point. Thanks. I'm gonna reform myself and invest in systematic democracy. Thoughts out there, big man?
Igneous,
Diedre don't think you can do it, but I feel like maybe you could see the light, so to speak.
I was hoping that you would be the ones who would see the light, as you say.
You see, that really lines up with my logic, actually. It's always the other person's problem, yeah?
I understand what you're saying. You think that my version of punishment should not be the one that is right. Is it yours? Is it hers? Is it his? Pointing at Theo. Is it hers? Pointing at Yenni.
Are you pointing at the sheep?
I'm saying that everyone thinks their own version of justice is right, or they defer to someone else. I have the benefit of having knowledge of hundreds, if not thousands of years, not only from my own teachings of wars and deities and people that have succeeded and failed. And while I do make mistakes, I take those very seriously. And through the guidance of my god Avaros, I have chosen life where I will make this world a utopia worth carrying on into the next millennia.
Well,
and
it makes a lot of sense. How about you all?
You cannot see that? Then you are clearly part of the problem.
I see it. I see it right now. I think you make good points. Let's go ahead.
And you're
head
willing
out
to work
Blood
with
Moon.
us.
Yeah, let's work together. Go right down to Drake Blood Moon right now, and we'll, finish this whole deal up, so to speak.
Iggy, no, I can't work with him. He's working with Rayla.
Clunk against his armor.
Igneous, make a deception check.
It's not inherently Igneous play to rely on deception ability.
Can I be like nodding behind him to try and give assistance on this?
You just said you wanted to murder him.
That's fair.
So you can try.
I said that very quietly, Chris. That's what's called an aside or a stage whisper.
Okay.
I rolled a 21 all by myself.
Okay.
Yay!
Our fire friend is willing to play along. How about the rest of you?
If it means we can stop talking, then sure.
A woman of action. I like that. You would do very well. I have many people for you to take out, these evildoers in the other realms. Diedre, is it?
That's my name, but don't get too comfortable with it in your mouth.
Please let me know if you're willing to work with me. Anyone else? Last chance.
What is the alternative?
Well, the alternative, I'm afraid, is joining Mr. Bloodmoon and becoming a sacrifice to fuel the eventual coming of Averos.
How do we know you didn't already sacrifice Drake Bloodmoon?
I give you my word.
Your word isn't worth the parchment it's written upon.
Well, you have a nifty ability to sense other knights, don't you?
Yes.
At least that's what Rayla has told me.
Velcro. I guess I would like to see if there are any other knights around. And alive.
You reach out for the essence, the presence of Drake Bloodmoon. You instantly sense your companions around you. You don't sense him, and you remember doing the same thing, trying to sense kind of where he was. Remember, find person only works if it's on this plane of existence and within, I want to say, 100 feet. So you don't sense him.
I don't see that he's here.
Oh, well, perhaps there's something wrong with your communication.
Or perhaps you've already murdered him, you murderer.
Well, I don't have the ability. I thought your little thing was more powerful, but I assure you that he is on the other side of this portal. And he kind of gestures down at the pool of mysterious kind of liquid that's there.
You're drowning him?
This is a portal to the place where I make the final transference of power. I could do it here, but it's I like doing it on the other side. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go through there to start that sacrifice. The rest of you, if you want to join me, you can. Otherwise, and he looks at Rayla and says, bring the bodies. I can still use them. And he steps forward and steps into the water, and it starts kind of glowing a little bit, and he just kind of starts descending down, kind of like almost like there's the stairs underneath, but it's sort of misting and pooling around him in this water, and he just kind of goes down and eventually just goes kind of vanishes.
I am so not used to playing melee only characters. It's so frustrating not to be able to attack somebody when they do things like that.
Rayla goes forward and looks at Igneous specifically, and she says, "All right, fireman, if you're true to your word, now's the time for you to go in. You can follow him. Otherwise, we're gonna have to take you out." And then around you, you see 4 purifiers appear from the shadows, and they are surrounding you. 2 on the sides, kind of in the front and the back, where your party is. Rayla comes forward in front of the pool where you all are. She says, "You heard the man. This is your chance. We can do this one way or the other."
Right, makes sense. It's kind of a creepy pool. I'll kind of like walk up to where she is and like dip my toe in the pool a little bit. Try it out.
She steps aside, and you walk up, and it doesn't. It's not water. It's definitely there's a shimmer. It's almost like kind of an electrical kind of buzz when you put your feet in. It feels kind of like something's tingling as you go deeper. And there's a temperature change on the part of your body that's inside of this thing. So if you feel like something's changing or something's you're somewhere else on the other side of this sort of level, but you're still there. It doesn't hurt.
All right. I'll kind of like look in there, like, oh, it's kind of creepy. It's inherently creepy, really.
It's a little weird at first time,
it's
but
weird.
you
Right.
just kind of keep walking, and after you get all the way down, then you'll be there.
All right, that makes sense. All right. Yeah. I guess I'll head right in, but okay, use your help, and I'm gonna try to grab her and pull her in and dive into it.
Oh, okay. Make a. Let's see,
Dexterously.
This is gonna be a dexterity check, and she's gonna make a opposing dex check.
All right, straight regular dexterity.
Oh, it was a 15, and then it became a 2.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Wait.
It's a 6 total.
What?
Is Melbin near?
It's a 2 plus 4, so I have a 6 as well.
Oh, ties of 6. Is Melbin nearby?
I
He has to be within what?
10 feet, but I
10
don't know that I give you anything for that. It's saving throws that you get.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Well, we tied, so here's what happens. You go to grab her, and
I only
she
need her to
equally
fall.
matches. She equally kind of dodges away, and you're just in this kind of deadlock. Like you didn't quite grab her, but she got away, and you're in the same place. And she's like, "Oh no, you did it!"
Can I attempt to tackle her and push her in?
You want to push her in?
Yeah, well, she's already off balance with him. So
Well, she's very much on guard. So here, we're gonna roll initiative.
All right.
Okay.
Fair. Woo!
Hold on, I'm gonna call out Theo.
12.
Okay, Melbin,
16.
Igneous.
Well, after rolling a 1 on my dex check, I rolled a crit on my initiative. It's 25.
25. Yikes. Diedre,
19.
19, and Yenni.
23.
Whoa, gosh.
I like when a 16 in initiative is second to last.
Yeah. Well, they did not. Hold on. Okay, so Igneous, you're up first, followed by Yenni. There's just been this tense standoff where Igneous has tried to, you tried to just grab her, and she dodged it very quickly. And these shadow purifiers, these kind of creepy guys with dark skin and glowing eyes, are kind of like, and Igneous, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna hit her a bunch and try stunning strike.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stun her. So,
All right, go for
first attack. How do I do this? First attack is a 17.
17 will hit.
And that's going to be 10 damage. That was with my quarterstaff. And then I look at my other hand and remember, oh, I have like an ice hand now. And I'm going to punch her with that.
Okay.
That's a 21.
That'll also hit.
And with some cold damage, that'll do 14. And then I want to have her make a Constitution saving throw with stunning strike.
Okay. It's going to be an 8.
Ooh, not going to do it.
It's going to be a 7.
Stunned till the beginning of my next turn.
So Rayla gets punched. Not quite ready for the quickness of your monk abilities, and she freezes in place, her muscles tensing up and locked, and she just kind of stares at you like, ugh.
I have a bonus
Yenni.
action left in my
Oh, yeah.
movement.
Yep.
Could I feasibly shove her in now, or would I need to wait for another action to do that?
I'd say with the bonus action, it's gonna take more than that to push her in, but you can.
I can punch her again.
You can punch her again, sure.
I will do that. This is for Theo and Melbin's mentor. I should have listened more.
Anastasia.
Anastasia, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that is 7 damage.
All right.
I'm not going to use Flurry of Blows, just the key point for Stunning Strike, so I will use, since she's stunned, just back out of range. Kind of like turn around and orient towards the Purifiers defensively. So I'll just kind of, with her handled for a minute, I'll kind of like turn around and face the Purifier behind me.
Okay, cool. That's your turn. Yenni, you are up, followed by Diedre.
All
And then
right.
Melbin.
Yenni's gonna rage first off, and when she powers up, she's gonna go for a straight tackle on her.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Goes into a rage.
Yep.
Runs towards Rayla.
And goes
And
for the
you're-
tackle.
Do you want to tackle her into the pool, or just tackle her down on the ground?
Yep. I'm going down with her. So let's go.
Okay. All right. So she can't do anything. She's stunned. So you automatically succeed. Yenni just bear tackles Rayla, and both of the women go flying into this ethereal portal and vanish.
Swoosh.
Avenge me.
And you just hear this, and then the purifiers inside are like, they kind of look around at each other. That's Yenni's turn. We'll get to you in a minute. Diedre, you're up, followed by Melbin.
Well, I'm going to follow them into the puddle.
Okay.
Portal. The puddle
You're gonna
portal.
jump in?
Puddle.
All right.
And she's gonna give a big sigh, like, ugh, like, let's just do
Here we
this
go.
already. Yeah.
All right.
Am I, when I get through? Because I mean, like, I'm assuming, I don't know how much movement it would take me to get to where I can actually see them on the other side.
You don't know.
Okay, well, I'll wait. My intention is I want that cloak that she had, the red one.
Sure. Okay.
So
That's
if
fair.
if we're in initiative, like, my whole goal right now is I want it.
You're diving
So-
into this portal pool with the sole goal of taking this woman's cloak. That's
very-
what you're
very-
focused on.
It's very high stakes. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I encourage your motivation. So Diedre jumps in, and then we'll get to that. That's for the sake of there is a multiplanal portal. That's your turn. I will get to what's on the other side when everyone decides to, depending on what happens here.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Melbin.
Unlike
Followed by
everyone
Theo.
else, I'm not going to go into the pool because I don't
Okay.
want a bunch of undead purifiers following us in there and hurting us. So I'm going after purifier number 1 here.
Yeah, and he's like, boo. All right, go for it.
So I will swing the hammer side of the weapon.
Yep.
Which I suppose I need to roll for.
Yeah, do that.
That would be 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. I'm also going to use a Divine Smite.
Oh yeah. Well, it's undead, so it's at least.
So there's one for
depends
the
on
undead.
what it depends on what spells, what level spell slot.
Yeah,
you
I'm
use.
just doing a level 1, and then so it's 2d8. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, that's right, because I have improved Divine Smite now.
All right. Tell
sorry.
you what, Melbin, while you figure that out,
Yes.
just let me know what the damage when you
Oh.
figure it out.
Let me see if the other one hits before I do that, and then I'll
Okay.
do that. The other one is a 19 to hit.
Yes. That
Okay,
hits.
I'll let you know how much I damage them for. in a
Okay.
minute.
Thank you. All right. Figure out your stuff. All right. Theo, you're up.
Okay, Theo is going to use Conjure Animals.
Yep. I
And
see
is
that.
going to use it at a higher level
Okay.
to summon
Oh,
twice
no.
the number of level 1 creatures. And so he's going to summon 4 dire wolves.
Oh boy.
And he's going to say, Oh, good to see you guys again. Gnarls Barky, Snoop Wolfie Wolf, Rover Cleveland, and Pam.
And Pam?
Pam.
Gnarls Barky,
Snoop
Rover
Wolfie
Cleveland,
Wolf.
Snoof Wolfie Wolf, and Pam.
Yep.
And they're like, "Roar."
Yeah. It's time to get to work.
All right. What do you? So that's your action.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll cast Shillelagh.
Okay. Bonus action, Shillelagh. And then now it's their turn.
All right. So
What do you want them to do?
they work really well as a group because they get a bonus to
get pack
working
tactics.
together. Yeah. So they are all going to attack that person.
Purifier number
Right.
2. Yep.
Yep.
And it's like, it kind of growls at them, and they growl back. All right.
15 to hit.
That hits.
10 to hit.
That misses.
22 to hit.
That will also hit.
And 24 to hit.
That hits. So 3 hits.
All right. 3 out
Give
of
me
4.
some combined damage. Melbin, you got damage for me?
Yeah, it's 20 regular damage and then 29 radiant damage.
Okay.
Because I only used 1 divine smite.
Yep.
Otherwise, it would have been a lot more.
It's still up, but it definitely hurts. And you just... this large clash of radiant damage slabs across, and you can see a bit of the shadow energy, this necrotic energy, kind of flies off, like a portion of it, like sands, like black sands, kind of fly off to the side, and it's like, and it just bares its teeth at you, getting up in your face, like, how dare you? And it's pretty hurt. All right, give me some direwolf damage, Theo.
I actually, all 4 of them hit because I forgot that the pack tactics is attack roll advantage. So
Okay, so give me
all 4 of them hit.
All right, that's fine. Give me some damage.
Yay!
4 times 2d6 plus 3 piercing damage. So that'll
Okay.
be that's 48 damage. And then they must succeed on a DC 13 saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yes.
Okay, so they have resistance to piercing damage, so that's going to be 24 damage.
Bummer.
Yep. They're shadow assassins, and then
it makes sense.
and then what
Also,
kind
I was
Hold
also
on.
wrong. There should be an extra 6 radiant damage because I forgot to include my improved divine smite.
All right. Okay.
You
All
had
right.
so much time, Matt.
I have too many things. He has a lot of stuff.
Okay.
All the
So,
things.
con save.
Strength.
Oh, strength.
DC
Okay.
13.
Okay.
And they'll have to do it 4 times.
Oof. Well, the first one
down.
failed.
Okay, well, good.
Boom. On the
Their
ground.
strength- they
Covered
are
in
not
wolves.
very strong. They're very dexterous. They're terribly weak, as they're made out of shadows. So like, they skip leg day all the time.
Yeah. So it got knocked on the ground on the first one, and the other ones just have come up and just are biting it. It's a real vicious.
It's like kinetic sand is being thrown into the air. It's just like. All right, it's still alive, but you see these dire wolves kind of just going to town. It's like they're digging up a mud pit. It's kind of crazy. All right, that's the turn. That's the wolves' turn. Now it's the purifier's turn. All right, the first one, which Melbin attacked, is going to attack Melbin back. It is going to attack with its shadow blade. 24 to hit
That'll hit.
and 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay, so the one that hits is 10 piercing damage. And then and then 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And Your strength score goes down by 1.
Ah, these guys.
No. I don't need strength. I'm fine.
All right, that's the first one. The one that's going after the wolves is going to go, or the one that's being attacked by wolves is going to attack the wolves.
They are prone.
Yeah. But funny thing about Shadow Warriors.
Oh no!
They're immune to being prone. So what happens
Wait,
is
what?
it looked like it just
Whoa.
fell down, but then it sort of seeps through like this thin gap between the wolves, and they're still just digging into the ground. It seeps through and goes right towards you, and then this sort of mass, as your focus is kind of looking at the wolves right in front of you, like the T-1000 coming up as a metal, entity,
no.
but it's like the shadow. It's like, and then it pulls its sword and just lashes up. So it's going to make 2 attacks at you. 24 to hit
That's going to hit.
and 16 to hit.
That is also going to hit.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Oof. Roll 3 6s. That's 25 points of necrotic damage. And 4 points off of your strength score.
Okay.
Your strength score goes down by 4.
I should have used more divine smites. I forgot these guys were the strength things.
Yeah, it's final fight, baby. All right. And then there's one more.
Oof.
It's gonna go after. It's gonna go after Igneous. Or sorry, 2 more actually. So they're both gonna go after Igneous. They're gonna flank you. And this one. Hello. Okay, I'm just gonna give you some 21 to hit.
I want to use Warding Flare on the first one.
Oh.
That looks like it's going to hit me, which will impose disadvantage.
Okay, with disadvantage. 15.
Lights. Blinded. It misses.
And then it's gonna attack again because it's multi-attack. So, is it just for one attack?
Yeah.
Or for the entire turn?
I think it's one attack. Could be on the character. I think it's just
Well,
one attack. So keep going. I'll check.
16.
Miss.
All right. So the first one misses both attacks. The second one is going to attack twice. Ooh, it's a crit.
Oh, Warding Flare
And-
again. I do have as many as my Wisdom modifier.
Oh, you're gonna use Warning Flare for all of them?
Just for this. This is the second. This is the one behind
Second
me, right?
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Warding Flare. That. too.
Okay, so it's not a crit. It's a 26.
Still
so
gonna
that does
hit.
hit.
Yeah.
All right. And then, the second one misses. All right. So 1 hit. You get 1 hit out of 4 attacks. That's not bad.
Mm.
So that's going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
Mhm.
And then 5, and 5. Interesting. You get 15 points of necrotic damage. And your strength score also goes down. Your strength score goes down by 4.
Jeez.
Ouch. I have one more of those Warding Flares available.
And this kind of burning necrotic energy, and you feel your strength kind of cave in from your chest. It strikes your arm and your left bicep, and it's just, that's not good. It's the top of the round. Igneous, it's your turn. Keep in mind, Yenni and Diedre have disappeared.
I want to try to incapacitate some of these ones that have me surrounded, so I will attack the first one.
Oh, before you do that, sorry. Before you do that, top of the round, you see from where Narsendrel was, you see a few more purifiers appear from the shadows. 6 in total. Not at first, but since the action has started, they have now appeared.
Jump in the pool, boys. Water's fine.
Now it's your turn, Igneous.
Guys, seems like it might be time to go in the pool. I'll still try to stun these guys around me. So first attack to the first one that attacked me. That's a 28. It's going to be 8 damage and a Constitution save for another stunning strike.
That's 10. So it's stunned.
Stunned. I'll turn around and hit the second one.
So it's stunned.
Condition.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn around and hit the other one.
You're doing some Jackie Chan stuff. It's like like back and forth, like elbow, fist, knee, back knee. Just back knee.
Ooh, back knee. Getting medication. That's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, you're doing some cool stuff. That will also hit.
Ooh. All right. Make a con save. And take 7 damage.
6. Man, these guys are not rolling well with con saves. It's also stunned. So you just bap bap, and they just kind of tense up.
So then, with both of those stunned, so they can't opportunity attack me, I will use my movement to dive on in the pool. After, I think I already said this, but I think it's time to get in the pool, y'all. Let's go, and dive on in.
And then you kind of fizzle out of this mortal plane. Yenni, we are going to come back to you in just a minute. You are no longer here nor there. Diedre, same thing. Melbin, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to attack the guy in front of me.
Okay.
That's a lot to hit. Well, I'll do one at a time in case I knock him out with one. 18 plus that's 28 to hit. Does that hit?
Yes, that hits.
I'll Divine Smite again.
Okay. Yes, please use all your Divine Smites now.
Yes. All right, so let's see. That's stupid lack of strength. All right, that's 9 regular damage, and then 15 plus 12, 27 radiant damage.
Yes, it fizzles out and just kind of explodes out in this kind of wave of sand and dust and shadow, necrotic energy.
Cool. Then I'm going to run over here because I'm not leaving Theo behind.
Yep.
And I will do the same thing to that one. That was where'd that die go? That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
All right. That's 14 regular damage and then 24 radiant damage.
Okay. Still very hurt.
All right. And if I have any movement left, which I think I would.
You do.
Yeah, I should be able to make it into the pool.
You can. Do you want to try to take Theo with you? Like it'll make your movement halved, but it'll kind of move him along if you want to try to get him away from that thing. Or you can leave him.
Could I make it into the pool with him?
You can get to the edge, and then he can carry you the rest of the way. Or you can both ride the wolves.
What's your movement? What's your movement
30.
speed?
Yeah, I'm going to pull Theo with me.
Okay. So here's what'll happen. You guys pull away. Purifier is not going to attack. And all right, now it's, let's see. Theo, it's your turn. If you'd like, you can kind of go the rest of the way with both of you, and you can make it in the pool.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Do you want to call your wolves with you too?
I'll say follow us, boys and girls.
All right. Zoom. Zoom. You jump in. Zoom, zoom. As the two of you jump together, you kind of look at each other. There's a little nod of recognition, like, here we go. And
here we go again.
You jump in, and this electrical pulse of energy and this kind of almost like teleporting like you've done before with the Grumble Gate, but this time it's different. It feels like you're jumping into an ice bath. It's crisp but it's not wet. It's kind of bracing, and it's like all of this cold and fizzly and electric energy is kind of flowing over you, and then it feels really tight, like you're being surrounded by a suffocating feeling, and then all of a sudden it just goes completely black. And that's where we're going to take a little break.
Oh, boy.
Hey there, it's time for some announcements. This is Chris Daly, your DM for Season 5 and your Wyvern of Whimsy. You know, the past few episodes we haven't had any announcements, not for lack of things to say, but because this season has been a big undertaking and it's all come down to this triple-sized episode. This season was not originally going to be this long. I had a few locations and guests I wanted to have, but what started out as a concept of rescuing other knights grew into an epic adventure spanning different realms, meeting various people, and dealing with gods, which, again, I didn't really think that was where it was going to go, but this is D&D, and I guess that's what D&D is. It grows from something small into something really big, and that's kind of what this season has become, and I hope it's inspired you to try out new locations and situations, be a little goofy with your players, and have fun with your friends. And if you like our podcast, and we hope you do, head on over to your podcast app of choice and see those 5-star ratings. You can fill out one of those and write a little something, and you too can immortalize yourself in the comments section. It really helps us with the algorithm, so please take a minute and leave a rating and review. We would really appreciate it. If you like playing D&D and need some character art, consider checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/dungeonheads. I've created a library of characters that grows each week with more variations. Check out my stuff at patreon.com/dungeonheads, as well as Dungeonheads on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. A lot of the music for the podcast comes from Arcane Anthems and Tabletop Audio. Both of these fine musicians have a Patreon, and both are amazing at what they do, so consider checking them out. As DM of this season, I just want to say thank you to everyone for listening, telling your friends and family about us, and sticking with us this far. I hope you like how Season 5 has turned out. We had a lot of fun, and Season 6, with Zach back in the DM chair, is going to be just as interesting. We know we are not the only tabletop RPG D&D actual play podcast out there, so thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being part of the community, and don't forget to go out and make life an adventure. The first people that go through are Rayla and Yenni. Yenni, you feel your body go through this weird transition after everything kind of goes dark, and then all of a sudden, and then boom, you kind of land with a thud on hard stone, and everything around you is kind of just buzzing and kind of, you hear this sort of uncomfortable, piercing sand in the air, and it's chilly and warm at the same time, and everything's kind of dark, but at the same time, there's this kind of weird ethereal purple glow around you, and it just feels off, like it's hard to breathe a little bit. You don't really know why. You're also still raging, and you're kind of mad, and right in front of you, also prone on the ground, is Rayla, the half-elf rogue who you tackled into the shadow pool, and you're in this place. As you look up, you see to the left of you is three very large pillars. You're on this kind of bridge that extends to the other side of a old stone fortress, and on the side of you, about 25 feet away, is Narsendrell, and in front of him, lying down on an altar, is a human male. He's older, and you can only assume that this might be Drake Bloodmoon. But you're also super mad, so maybe you don't understand any of this because you're just like your eyes are red. And what would you like to do?
Let's let's see. So I tackled her in here. Is that pretty much my action for the turn? Just tackling
No. So
right
so
here?
so what's happening is as we're coming into this new area, initiative is kind of reset in the order that you guys came in. So you two are basically first. The other thing I want to set the scene for is Narsendrel and this human man that's tied down on an altar are surrounded by these three large construct pillars, and in between them you do see this kind of wavy force field in between, and there's three pillars. There's two on the sides, and then there's one behind him, and they're just kind of, it's this electrical force is kind of coming off of them. It's a see-through field, but you do see, it's almost like looking through a kind of a spectral glass, so something's up about that. How much you glean from all that, it's all happening very fast.
I think Yenni sees Narsendrel and is like, she'd probably want to run straight at him.
Okay.
Which would lead her probably directly into the force field.
Okay.
So let's see what that does.
All right. I love it. You're going to run straight at the pillars, or at the force field, the protective field. You run straight at Narsendrel. He just kind of looks up at you, and he's like, nice of you to drop in. And and you make a run towards the force field. I need you to make a intelligence save.
Oh yeah, Yenni's got this one covered.
She ages 10 more years.
No.
Intelligence save. Okay. 11.
Oh, Yenni.
That's good, right? That sound is good.
Okay. With a concussive blast, you get pushed back 20 feet. And I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
Oh no. This is why that I love you but happened earlier. Is because of this moment right now that's about to happen.
You guys have all been really great.
Just know that whatever happens, I just love you.
I love you, I promise.
Okay. You take 37 points of force damage.
Jesus.
And you are knocked prone again. You just sliding back and then just landing on your, we'll say you land on your back, and slide a couple of feet. Just it feels like you just got hit by the combination of being shocked by an electrical jolt and, like, those obstacle courses in Wipeout where you just get smacked by like a big foam like thing. It's like bam, you just like get knocked back, and that's your turn.
That was an intelligence save? Was that to decide not to do it, or could she have reasoned her way through the force field?
No, for reasons that if you want to figure out later, the force is protected in a way that I have chosen to make it an intelligence save.
I don't want to figure that out at all. Right.
Now, that was your movement. I will say, as your action, you can still do something.
Like run at the force field again? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you can just do it again.
Well, I probably just need to get myself up from prone. Can I just do like a flip? Like go on.
Yes, I will let you do a cool. I will let you do. I'll let you do a cool, like, whatever those things are called, like crab flip, where you just and you're just so mad. All right.
There's nobody
Meanwhile,
around to see it, so we don't.
Yeah. No.
Nobody...
Well, Rayla sees that and she's like, "Oh, that's quite impressive. Sorry to have to hurt you." And she stands up. She was also prone, and actually, well, yeah, she'll go first. So she is going to lunge at you. And, well, she doesn't get sneak attack, but she's going to try to attack. 15?
Yes, it just hits.
Yenni.
And that's going to be 7 points halved, so 3 points slashing damage. And then here's the other attack is 19. That's going to be 7 points, so 3 points slashing damage. So 6 points total. She will also get sneak attack damage. I know I'm being really vague. So take an additional 12 points of damage.
Just secretly, just out of nowhere. Yeah.
The construct flanked you.
It's not a construct. Just,
It's a robot.
rogues get advantage when there is an ally within 5 feet. That's all I'm going to say. All right. After that, Narsendrell actually gets a turn. He is going to... he's going to go back to what he was doing before as Yenni came in, which is kind of casting... He's sort of... And he's like doing this chanting. And the body of this human man, unidentified, starts to this kind of ethereal, purplish, blackish kind of spirit starts gliding up and lifting him off of the altar. His body is chained, but like his arms are lifting up a little bit, and that's what Narsendrell does. At that point, Diedre, you come flying through, and you end up on the left side of Narsendrell. So you are not on the same side as Yenni. You're if sort of the lower left. Yenni's on the upper section. So you're separated, but you see Narsendrell, you see Rayla and Yenni facing off a good distance away, and that's where you are. So now you have a turn, and you see these big construct towers that are providing this force field around Narsendrell.
And the red cloak, she's still by Yenni, cloak, right?
She's over with Yenni. You come in right as she's like kind of stabbing.
And I did not see Yenni's getting the...
You did not see Yenni get pushed back by the force field, yeah.
Okay. Well then, I know what I came here for. I'm going for the cloak.
All right, you do see the force field. It is obvious. It's not a completely see-through thing. So I will say you notice that there is something in the way. It's up to you if you want to try to just like run through it, or if you want to try to climb the wall that the construct tower is on.
I'm very good at climbing. I don't know if we've mentioned this. That's
I know.
It's the one thing she does.
It's the one thing she does.
Aside from everything else that I do really well.
Okay, so you want to scale the wall. It's about like a 15-foot parapet section of the wall that you can kind of make your way around the construct tower.
Okay, my speed is 30 feet, and my whole shebang with second story work is that basically I can climb. It doesn't cost me any additional movement to climb.
All right, so for attacking reasons, it's about 20 feet away from Rayla, 25 feet away from Yenni.
And I'm on top of that wall thing.
Yeah, you're 15-foot sight line above them.
How far away, how many feet am I from them?
What did I just say? 25 feet.
So nobody... Ooh! Oh, darn it. I already did my movement. Never mind, I can't retcon that. I haven't used lightning lure effectively once, and I'm like, this would actually be a really smart time to use that. Dang it, Jen! Idiot.
Is that action?
Does it require your movement?
It's a cantrip, but it's only got a 15-foot range.
Well, you can use your bonus action to dash if you want.
I like the idea of trying to pull her. I just feel like it was stupid for me to go up the wall. I didn't think about it till just now. Can I get my one mulligan?
What?
You've got a whole bonus action that you can use to move, and then a whole action.
But I don't want to drop myself... Okay.
Is she on top, or she climbed down?
She's on top of the wall.
Oh, okay.
But can I stay on the wall and get within 15 feet of her?
Yes.
Because based on these squares, it looks like I could. Okay. Then, yes.
Diedre can get to basically the very edge of this sort of octagonal tower that this construct is on, and there's one on each side, this kind of crumbling shadow chasm that this section of the building is on. And you put your foot up on the edge, like, what's that drink, the pirate guy?
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, like Captain Morgan style. You like put your leg up. I don't drink. Sorry. Just no commercials. You want to cast lightning lure?
Yes.
Let's do it to it.
She has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength save. She rolled a 1.
Yeah, that's not going to save.
Rayla goes back to make another stab attack just for flavor at Yenni, kind of flipping her knife around and drops it. And it just loses the knife, and she kind of looks back up at you and like, and then what happens?
A bolt of lightning come down from the top of this wall, and she gets pulled 10 feet in a straight line toward me, which would basically be pulling her up.
Pulling her up in a diagonal.
At a diagonal. Ooh. So, if this works out, I've been sitting on this spell for so long.
Yeah, this is it. This is the moment.
She takes 15 lightning damage. Because she's 15 feet away. So that would put her within 5 feet of me. So she would take 15 lightning damage, and then in theory she would fall down as well.
Does it just disintegrate after that?
It's almost like Mortal Kombat, like, get over here.
Okay, but it's not like she's not still restrained. It just sort of fizzles out.
No, it's just like lightning bolt comes out, yanks her up, and then.
Gotcha. Okay, so she doesn't take any damage from dropping 5 feet, but she does take the damage of lightning and kind of gets pulled away from Yenni, like, ah!
I mean, it'd be 5 root 2, but...
let's move on. Thank you. That was awesome. Great. At that point, Igneous pops in. He is going to pop in on the other side, the right side, for those that are following along, the right side of the upside-down triangle where the constructs are. Igneous, you see... no one around you, but you see Narsendrell. You see a mysterious man his essence being sort of pulled away. Narsendrell is kind of concentrating on a spell of some kind. You see across from this weird force field thing in between these 3 towers. Diedre has just kind of yanked with a lightning lure Rayla, who was... and you see Yenni, who's kind of like on the same side of this long bridge that goes into a misty... kind of cavernous tower. What do you do?
Is it kind of dark in there?
I'd say it's kind of like just a weird foggy day, but it's like everything's the same. However,
I have a however too, so you go for it.
However, I'm not going to say where this is, but first of all, it's acrid and it smells weird and it's bracing, and there's this kind of like harsh feeling on your skin, both of you. Like, Diedre, you felt all this too. I'm not going to explain it each time, but you feel all this stuff, and it's like, oh, this is really hard to breathe, and it's like breathing in metal filings and like asbestos. It's like not great. This is not a nice place to vacation, but you do sense something about your shadow monk training. You sense like, hey, there are a lot of shadows here. In fact, it seems to be made up of shadows. And that part of your training and your essence gives you a sense of like, I could go anywhere. Even though you don't see any shadows, you get the sense that everything is shadow.
Whoa, this is weird. This is probably not good, but and he'll take a deep breath and grab a pouch that he has into his hand and attempt to shadow step right into the force field behind Narsendrell.
All right.
Super
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
No, hoping not for that, but he wouldn't have known anyway, so... Here we go.
Attempt.
Melbin's not here because he's in a different plane. I have -1 to intelligence saving throws, and here we go. Oh, 5.
Oh... You disperse into shadow, and your ethereal form goes forward, and you sense, I'm getting closer, I'm going to do this, and all of a sudden you hit what feels like a massive kind of shock to your system, and you get pushed back, essentially kind of where you were, but in a sliding force. Okay. And you take 27 points of force damage.
Ugh.
And you are knocked prone.
Okay.
On the same side where you were.
Well, that's just my bonus action. I will stand up. Half my movement.
Kind of shake your head.
Which leaves 25 feet of movement. And I'm going to climb one of those turrets. The one also behind Narsendrell.
So over here?
Whichever way is away from where Narsendrell is facing.
Higher platform where
I want
to
like climb up, and I have my like super monk climbing ability that doesn't use.
Yeah, well, so you get up.
Doesn't use extra, so just to be able to see if potentially I could jump down into it, or if there's a force field on the top. Does it have a ceiling?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm up there, and I see that it has a ceiling.
Okay, so you're up on that higher platform on the right.
From there, I would see the melee going on.
Yep, and you see the others.
To the side. I'll take out one of those mystery darts.
Okay.
That I recovered and throw it at Rayla.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, give me an attack.
20.
20. I'll say, yeah, it's 20 feet. I'll say that. From where she is. She.
Trying not to poke a hole in Diedre's cloak.
Oh, damn, it didn't work. She kind of looks at it and she tries to grab it out of the air. Ooh. But it misses and it stabs her in the neck. What did I pay for these gloves for? And go ahead and roll 2d6.
4 total.
Okay, and then roll a d4 because it's d4 dart damage.
1 on a d4.
Okay, so she takes 4 points of poison damage and 1 point of piercing damage. And Rilla is poisoned.
Nice.
With a nasty poison.
Serve you right.
That's your turn?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Next up, Melbin falls out from the ethereal transporting boom, kind of right where Igneous was, and just bang, 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 and you clank down, prone on the ground. You see all the stuff that we've said before. There's, force fields. There's people. You see Igneous kind of up on this tower. Narsendrell is kind of, and you don't see Theo yet, but that's what you see. What would you like
to do? The same dumb thing that everyone else is, because I wouldn't know any better. I'm gonna try to misty step into the triangle of doom there.
Melbin, it's what is it?
You just, Igneous, you hear a clang clang, and then he yells out something, and you're like, don't worry.
I've got this.
And then, so you misty step.
Yep.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
All right. My saving throws get +4. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh!
And so my intelligence is +3, so 27.
Nice.
Excellent.
So smart.
You still get pushed back 15 feet. So, and you get pushed back. Ugh. But on the plus side, Melbin, you only take half damage.
Oh, good. I was really hoping I would get through because I knew I had a decent intelligence score.
Yeah, you did great, but it still is impenetrable. So I rolled 19, so half of that, we'll call that 9.
Okay. 9 damage.
9 damage. Force damage. And you slide back, and you are prone right back where you started.
I will get up.
And you're like, what was that?
Can I
Igneous, you just hear this clang, clang, clang.
Melvin's here.
can I look at this pillar?
Yeah.
I have
Sure.
an action left. I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
You can look at it.
I'd like to investigate the pillar and see.
Okay.
Since clearly, I assume I would be smart enough to know that the force field was being caused by those.
Do you want to try to figure out if that's what the force field is causing, or
Tell me what I just see with these pillars, because I didn't quite follow.
So
when I first
so
got
there
them.
is a 30-foot tall construct pillar made of metal, wood, iron, stone, kind of, and then there's this sort of purplish, glowing electrical force that's pulsing through the center of it, almost like, and then from that on the sides are these little alcoves where this force energy is pulsing through in this kind of see-through translucent waves. It's impressive, but it's also very disconcerting that and you don't know what it is or what it looks like. It looks very similar. Actually, it looks very similar to the thing that Bato constructed in some ways. But it's not the same thing. But it's this big construct tower, and that's what each one of them is. And you see these little alcoves, and that's where the force energy is connecting them together.
And you said that is it surrounded in the energy, or it's coming out of it, and like the pillar itself?
It's coming
is
out of it, sort of
available?
like a central slit on, like sort of like a 60 degrees. If you're looking down on it, one of them's going up 60 degrees, and one of them's going out like 120 degrees, and then so it's making this triangle. It's not the whole thing is not surrounded. It's just sort of.
I want to attack the pillar.
Okay. Make an attack.
Okay.
What are we doing right now?
Attacking a pillar, Jeff. You're not here yet. Shut up.
All right. So with my two attacks, one of them would be a 29. The other would be a 22.
Those both hit.
Okay.
Give me some damage.
One of them will do
Pillar damage.
8 plus 8 radiant, and the other is 9 plus 4 radiant. So that's a total of 12 radiant and 17 regular damage.
All right. You smash into this thing with this, and the force field starts to flicker a little bit on the side where you hit it. It doesn't go away, but it is weak. It is weakened.
All right.
And it kind of grumbles for a second, and then it kind of hums back to normal. And Narsendrel, who's in the middle, kind of goes, "Yes, the muck." And he turns to you and he says, No, I don't think so.
Yes.
That's your turn.
Yes, it is.
So for this,
Attack the pillars.
all right, Melbin says, and Theo, you tumble out of the sky over the chasm. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Well, goodbye.
No.
Followed by 4 wolves.
I almost did that like a random roll, and like one of them was the chasm, and like somebody would just like start falling down, but
Be lost forever.
we'll see. All right, so you fall down on the other side of the chasm where Diedre was, who is not there anymore, and you see all the things you see, and you just come in right as Melbin is smacking into this pillar.
Hit that, not that.
And you see Narsendrel look back, and he says, "No, I don't think so."
Oh, there's a lot happening here.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wonder if my dogs are gonna come with me. Maybe I'll just wait a second, see what happens.
After a second, Nerd!
Yes!
They all fall into the chasm.
Gnarls Barky, Snoop Wolfie Wolf, Rover Cleveland, and Pam.
One of them teleports right over the chasm and just goes,
No! Pam! Pam! Oh,
Pam is lost to
Pam.
the ether of the Shadowfell.
Oh, no.
We barely knew ye.
We barely knew Pam. Okay, well, that's interesting.
She was the funny one.
She kept the group light.
Actually, I'm just gonna say that Gnarls Barky is over. He kind of teleports over near Melbin, so Melbin's not
okay.
alone.
All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about them right now. I'm just going to say, Melbin, what's happening? Is a free action.
Yep.
So much, attack the pillar!
Okay. I guess I'll run over and attack the pillar that's kind of by what he's attacking.
Okay, on the other side, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I guess I'll hit it with my club and be like, take
You
this.
still have Shillelagh, I think.
I do have, I would have the Shillelagh.
Okay, so.
Okay, let's see. I rolled a 1 automatic miss. Oh no, between.
You
bounced off and hit me in the head.
Oh,
dang
gosh. Jeff, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
Okay, yes, sir. 5.
Oh, okay. I was going to say if it's below a 10, you hit the force field. If it's above a 10, you hit the construct, but it just bounces off. It's kind of a bad thing. But you hit the force field. So...
It's not good. I need to heal.
So make an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay, that's good. Oh, 21. There we go.
All right. Okay. It pushes you back into what's this one's name?
That's Rover Cleveland.
Rover Cleveland, who goes Bart, and it pushes you back, and you kind of slide into him. And you're going to take 13 points of force damage.
Oh, God. Why?
It's 26, but halved because you rolled high. And there you go.
All right. Theo's not looking good.
and Rover Cleveland just starts licking your palm and just like...
Oh, good boy. Good boy.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. We are all here in the same place. You're in this terrible place.
Which is really what's most important. We're together.
Yeah, that we're here together.
So speaking of the terrible place, it's hard to breathe. It's terrible. There's this kind of distant screaming that's ear-piercingly terrible. Plus all this humming. I need everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw.
If that includes the wolves, Gnarls Barkley gets +4.
My friend.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
Good at that. 14.
17 for me.
11 for Yenni.
16 for Melbin.
Wisdom save. Do you want me to roll for the wolves?
Just roll one time for all of them.
Okay. They have a +1 to their wisdom. And it's a 10 for them.
Except for Gnarls, who gets 4.
Oh yeah, Gnarls gets +4. Sorry.
So 14 for Gnarls.
Okay. Okay. So all of you succeed except Yenni, Diedre, and Rover Cleveland and
Snoop Wolfie Wolf.
Snoop Wolfie Wolf. Yenni and Diedre, I need you to roll on a D100.
Oh no, that's never good.
The surrounding
78.
of this 78. Okay. Diedre, you the stress of this area is causing an overpowering urge to eat something strange, such as dirt, slime, or scraping the ground just to get something in your belly because you just feel super hungry right now.
But I'm still up
Yenni,
on the top of the wall, right?
You're still up on the wall. You just feel insatiable, like you kind of like it's a mad hunger. Yenni, what did you?
Iron deficiency is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's an iron deficiency.
It's pregnancy.
28 for Yenni.
28. Yenni, you suddenly just kind of seize up. You become incapacitated, and you spend. Hold on. D10. You spend 2 minutes laughing, screaming, or weeping.
What? That's
2
a lot of
minutes?
minutes.
That's a long time.
I guess I'm already raging, so
20
probably
turns.
screaming.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I will say we'll half that time. We'll just say you spend 1 turn. We'll just say you spend 1 turn. Just you can choose laughing, weeping, or screaming.
I'll do screaming. It's more meta.
Okay. Yeah, and you just start.
Clearly. We don't even notice that there's something wrong if she does
It's like
that.
rage, panic. Yeah, it's a little bit different. These are madness effects. So, all right, good times, going mad in the Shadowfell. That's the layer action, and Yenni, it's your turn. You're screaming your head off, but you still get to do stuff.
Oh, I do still get to do stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, you're incapacitated.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
incapacitated.
don't. You're just
'cause I'm
screaming.
yelling so much. Yeah.
You're just screaming, so that you spend your turn screaming. Rayla notices this, taking the opportunity to go over and stab you. Unfortunately, she has advantage because you are incapacitated.
Didn't she drop her dagger?
Well, she picked it up.
Wow.
She goes over,
What a butt.
picks it up, and stabs. So, really? With advantage? Rolled a 10 and a 4. All right, and then the second attack is 17 and 18. So 18?
Yep, that will hit.
All right. So you take 8 plus sneak attack, 21 points of damage. So that's 29 halved because you're raging. So that'll be, what is that? 14?
15 or 14?
14.
Okay.
I know what's wrong with you, but I'm going to put you out of your misery.
Ah!
And Yenni just keeps screaming. Narsen Drell has looked back at after Narsen is Diedre's turn, so prep yourself, Diedre, followed by Igneous. But Narsen Drell looks at Melbin and everything that has come around, and he's like, "You're not going to ruin this for me. This man has to be punished." And he is okay. He is going to raise up his hand towards Melbin, and all of a sudden, this next to you, this floating purple spectral, say like a big mace. It's like this glowing purple mace that's sort of see-through, just appears next to you, and that is actually a bonus action to cast spiritual weapon, and then it's going. Narsen Drell is going to look to the left, where no, actually, He's not going to attack Igneous because he thinks Igneous might still be on his side. So, so he's going to shoot a guiding bolt at you.
I mean, I'm just chilling like a gargoyle up there.
I'll wait and see how this turns out.
Does a 15 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay, so you see this lightning, this kind of light blast past you, and you dodge out of the way without trouble. And he's like, blast, and he just tries to go back to chanting. That is his turn, and now it's your turn, followed by Igneous.
Okay, how far away is he from me?
He is within the force field, but he is about 25 feet.
Well, I still want my my cloak. So she's still like awake a little bit.
Who?
Rayla?
Rayla? Yeah. Rayla just stabbed Yenni.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool. So I want to get as close to her as I can. Ideally, I want to try... Okay, here's what I want to do. I'm going to take my very cool metallic green ring that I've been sitting on for a hot minute, and I'm going to twist it on my finger, and I'm going to go, "Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball." And I'm going to climb down, and I'm going to attack Rayla.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that climbing down, I'm able to bypass this. Like,
yeah, don't worry about climbing down. It's fine.
Okay.
You just hop down.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to attack her.
Okay.
Oh, and that's a nat 20, baby. So that's a 30 to hit.
Oh, let's hear it.
Pleasing.
Yeah.
I hit her, and I hit her hard. I'll be like, some people really just can't pull off a deep crimson red.
What?
So that's gonna be. The thing is, I don't get my my sneak attack, or whatever. So that's.
You don't? Yenni's right there.
Oh, is Yenni?
Yenni's right there.
So, okay, so then that'll be 11 and 19. So it's gonna be 30 damage. Or do I get double on my sneak attack too? Okay, so 30 damage plus another 19, so it's gonna be 49 damage.
Woo! Wait, total?
Yeah.
Okay, so an additional 19. Okay. And then remind me what the ring did? I already forgot.
The ring gives me haste.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right on. All right, 49. Yeah, Rayla just... Diedre comes up and stab. Just, and she cowers in... just, ow. Take it. Just take the cloak, damn it. And yeah, she just gets stabbed a bunch. She's still up, but she's definitely been stabbed a couple of times in the back. And you're very precise to stab where it's not going to damage the cloak. You're sort of like aiming
if I am
going to
hit the cloak, I'm going to do it along the seams. So I'm not actually because then you can bend it.
I was thinking like it's a lot of like shoulder pierces, like and neck and stuff like that. But you're kind of avoiding the cloak, but with precision and accuracy.
So with my haste, I get to attack one more time. My second attack, I think, was a 26 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that hits. That hits, girl.
Okay, so I stab her again, like I want her to go down.
All right.
Okay, sounds good. So then, yeah, I just do 15 damage.
All right.
Let's just round it up to 35.
She's still pretty hurt. She's
still standing?
Yeah.
Man.
She's like y'all. She's a higher level, but she's She's pretty hurt. You stabbed her a bunch. You caused a lot of damage.
Real stab.
Why?
She's real stabbed.
Die.
Stabbed real bad. She's like, all right. Wait till I have a turn. And that's your turn. Igneous, you're up.
Igneous would like
you heard
to...
Melbin yell out, hurt the pillar or something like that. I forget what you
Igneous would like to hurt the pillar.
All right, you're hurting the big pillar on the right. Go ahead and make some attacks.
All right, I'll punch it with my cold hand. It's a 27.
Now that you know you can punch him, I'm going to actually give labels.
Punching pillar
27
2.
hits.
15 damage.
Okay. 15.
Still functioning? Need more
Yes.
punching?
Yes, still functioning.
Can I keep hitting things with my cold hand, or does that? I think you said that was basically once per turn, right?
Yeah.
All right. Other hand. Ooh, 13.
13
Cold
damage?
hand. No, 13 to hit. But it's a
that
pillar,
missed.
so I feel like I hit it.
You hit it, but it doesn't have the
Doesn't
same
get the
impact,
full.
so it doesn't cause any damage, unfortunately.
All right, bonus action. Hit the pillar.
Yeah.
18.
18 will hit.
9 damage.
9 damage. Kind of fizzles a little bit.
All right, so that one weakened. Not the shield that Melbin was weakening, but it hit the shield that's in front of Yenni and Diedre. All right, noted. Not too much I can do beyond that. Can I hex a pillar? I can hex something right now.
Can
we
you
got a
hex
hex going.
pillar? I don't. Does
That's
hex?
up to you.
Well, no. Does hex say you can hex a thing? I'll look it up.
Hex. I mean, probably not. But
I'm fairly confident it
hit a
says
thing.
creature.
A creature. So no, you can't hex it. You try. You kind of reach out to do it, and it doesn't feel like you can.
Okay, I will hex Narsendrell then.
You can do that.
Done.
So he is hexed.
Impairing wisdom, just in case
Okay.
that's something.
All right, sounds good. He is hexed. Okay. Melbin, you're up, followed by Theo.
Cool. I'm gonna attack the pillar that's by me again.
Okay.
Pillar 1.
Pillar 1, give an attack.
All right. I'm gonna do first attack. Is a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Is 13 regular damage and 2 radiant.
All right. So you smash into the side of the pillar. The section that is connecting the force field fizzles and kind of steams out, and there's this large wave of energy. The force field kind of disappears. So you have disintegrated the force field, but there is a shock wave of after effect that kind of shocks out at you, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And also Gnarl's bark.
Okay, so it doesn't only affect me. Is this one? Well, you can tell me this in a second. Dex saving throw. Gnarls gets +4. Oh no. 13.
13 is going to fail, unfortunately.
Gnarl's got like a 22.
Okay,
Nice.
Gnarls will succeed.
Does the mace
Melbin-
get hit with the shockwave?
It's immune to the effects. Melbin, you're going to take 28 points of lightning damage, and Gnarls will take 14. So it shocks you, but the force field in between Pillar 1 and Pillar 2 on the right side of the triangle is no more.
That wasn't.
Exposing-
Yeah, that wasn't a spell,
Exposing.
right?
What?
That wasn't a spell, right?
No, it was a
Okay.
force field.
I never get hit with spells. I got resistance. All right, cool. So I still have another attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna beat on Drell. So I'm gonna attack him. That's a 20 to hit.
Okay. So as you go to attack, I need you slam down with your mace hammer or axe hammer, and then as you get to the point where Narsendrell is just kind of like, kind of concentrating, and I need you to make a different character. What is his name? I think it's wisdom. Okay, so yeah, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm just checking something. No, that's checks. Okay. I get advantage on wisdom checks, but not saving throws.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Plus 8 plus 4. 17 plus 4. 21?
21. That'll succeed. Okay. So he has zone.
I read that wrong. 19.
19. It still succeeds. All right. He has zone of righteous indignation, which is a 15-foot radius sphere of magical confusion, but it does not affect you. So save DC 12. Okay. So you attack him.
Okay, so that hits?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna use Divine Smite on him with a level 3 spell.
Okay.
So that's one of these plus those. Okay.
He's wearing this white black and purple kind of cool plate armor. So there's part of you that almost appreciates like, oh, that's kind of cool. But you're just gonna wail into him. So.
Okay. He takes 15 points of whatever an axe does, slashing damage, and then
chop damage.
24, 26 plus 7 is 32? 33. 33 points of radiant damage.
So what's total?
33 plus 15. 48.
48. Dang. Not too bad. All right. Ah! And he yells out in pain as this axe strike hits him from behind. He's going to make a concentration check. He'll succeed. He keeps his zone of righteous indignation. I can't say that. Indignation up.
Drat.
You have another attack?
Nope, that's
or
my
no,
attack.
that was your attack because you attacked the thing.
I guess I still have
Okay.
a bonus action. Do I have anything
Sure.
that would be useful?
You tell
nope.
me, buddy.
I do not.
All right. That's going to be Theo.
Okay. Not feeling great. Going to...
Rebecca is there next to you, as well as Snoop, Wolfie Wolf, and Rover Cleveland.
Yes, they are. First, I will cast my unicorn aura.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to move up a little bit. Okay, the aura is 30-foot radius. Yeah, it needs to hit me and Melbin. I'm going to do my roll for me. Oh, gosh, that was not a great roll. But Melbin will get 11 points of healing.
I need that. Thank you very much.
I'm good. Wolf time.
Okay.
They're gonna, can they go around the bottom of the pillar here to go around?
No, it's a wall.
Aw, man. Alright, they're all gonna attack the pillar.
Okay.
They're gonna use their pack tactics.
Yes. It's a pillar, so...
It's a pillar! I don't think they need advantage. Okay, so
I missed it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if the claws do any damage to the pillar. They're just going to be like,
right.
scratch.
Just like my dog at the bathroom door.
Alright, so an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
No.
Doesn't quite make it. It's like a dog just jumps up in the air, but then it doesn't quite hit.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then an 18 to hit.
That will hit as well.
Okay, so that's 16 total damage. got another low roll. But it has to do a strength saving throw where it goes prone. So it would be lying down.
It actually succeeds on that.
Dang it!
Because it's
I didn't hear you roll. I didn't hear you roll though, which is
it's good.
okay.
Hold on, let me check again.
You didn't show it.
Yeah, it's still good.
Okay, can
it's
I see
pillar?
Can I see the roll or?
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
good.
yeah,
Okay,
there it is.
Okay.
He rolled a 50 on his d20.
Yeah, it's a pillar.
Because that's what the rules say. I'm just reading the rules.
Pillars have plus 30 to standing up. It's their one thing. Literally what they're built for.
Although, I mean, this is the podcast where Weston rolled a 30 on an immovable rod and moved it. So it's not impossible. Anything's possible. You would have to have a divine intervention to make a pillar fall prone, I think.
I don't know. They're pretty good dogs.
Yeah, and it's pretty hurt already. But it's not. It's still standing. So okay, that's your turn. All right. Top of the round, I need everybody once again to make a wisdom saving throw.
25.
28.
Pass.
9.
That succeeds. That will fail.
Yenni, come on.
I'm not gonna get to get off a single attack.
That's gonna fail.
Oh, 9.
Oh, that's gonna fail. Igneous, Yenni, and Diedre, I need you to roll D100.
33 for Yenni.
Okay, 33. You become frightened, and you must use your movement and action to flee from the source of fear. I'll let you choose what you're afraid of, but you have to use your action this turn.
I
to
cannot
move.
be charmed or frightened while raging.
Ooh, okay, so nothing happens basically to you. You just are still angry.
24.
24. You spend your turn this time screaming, laughing, or weeping, and you become incapacitated. And what'd you get, Diedre?
I have a 39.
Okay.
Can I choose all 3?
Yes. 39. You begin babbling, and you're incapable of normal speech or spellcasting.
So I've eaten dirt, and I'm babbling.
So good. Oh, this is good dirt.
And she's reverted back to her old accent.
Diedre is just having a tough time. This place.
What's all this dirt doing around here? Let me just eat the dirt.
Diedre? All right. It's Yenni's turn. Yenni spends her turn running away from... What are you running away from?
No, because of the rage.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Okay, that's right. You would have run away, but you're super angry.
Yeah, the only thing I'm running away is towards Rayla.
And Rayla's right there. She just got stabbed a whole bunch.
Oh, she's gonna get stabbed some more.
Okay.
Diedre might not get that cloak because I'm gonna mess her up.
Oh no.
Do the axe thing. Can't you turn it into a crazy... Activate the axe or whatever?
Ooh, is there like a third secret activation where I can make it a mega axe, Chris?
The axe you hear says like, Hey Yenni, I don't know what's going on here. This is some crazy place, but now's the time. Like, we gotta do the thing. Concentrate real hard. I know you're super angry. Let's take out this chick.
All right, give me all you got, axe.
Ah!
Go for the swing.
Roll an attack.
All right. 22.
22. All right. Okay, here's what happens. You swing with the attack, and the blade detaches and starts rotating like a spinning blade discus. Give me a...
it's a Beyblade?
It's a Beyblade, yes. Towards Rayla's neck. Give me some damage for your blade.
Okay. Should I go with like the whip damage is technically a smaller dice than the battle axe damage?
No, it's going to be the battle axe damage.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah. 17.
Okay, so it flies out and then so fast, just kind of, and it goes out about like 30 feet. And Rayla just looks at you like, and then you see her head just kind of slowly start to fall forward. And as it's falling forward, the blade comes back, boomerang style, and then it goes right through it and clinks on back onto the handle, the hilt of the axe, as Rayla slumps forward, her head.
How's the cloak? Like, what's the status?
The cloak is not touched at all because because the decapitation happens right at the neck, and the cloak was the hood was not on her head at that time, because it fell down during the teleportation. So she has become decapitated. Her body falls down. She falls down, and the cloak falls off of her decapitated body right in front of your feet, Diedre.
Yenni
I'm
points
too
to Diedre
busy shoving like dirt and mumbling to myself, like.
And you hear the blood axe say, "That was the coolest thing I ever did. Thank you so much. I fulfilled my purpose in life."
Yenni points to Diedre and goes, "Did it for you, girl."
Diedre
right.
just goes, "Oh, blah, 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 blah."
That's Diedre.
Yeah.
Just put my hands on my hips. Oh, Diedre.
You're not physically acting weird, but Diedre just makes some weird sounds. You can't understand her at all. But it's Narsendrell's turn. He is okay. All right, here's what's going to happen. He is going to, seeing what just happened with the two of you. First of all, let's take care of Layla. He is going to, let's see. He's going to do something. He doesn't like what's happening.
Can't imagine why.
He's going to say, "There's no more of this shenanigans," and cause his kind of clamp his fist together, his gauntlet, and in front of you, where Yenni and Diedre are, all of these small, impish kind of demon-looking creatures, these purple glowing creatures, are floating in front of you. They have like little horns on their heads, and they've got these little like sprightly wings, and they're all floating around with like little loincloths on, and they're like, "Purify, purify," and they start swinging at you. These are his spirit guardians. I need both of you. Wait, hold on. Enter the area for the first time. Oh, you don't do anything yet, but you will on your turn. Narsendrell is also going to use a legendary action called Unworthy in Thy Presence. I need, seeing that Theo is causing trouble at the pillar, or actually, no, Melbin is the ultimate threat here. So he's going to look up and say, I don't think you should be here anymore. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Aha. Oddly enough, my best attribute right now. Okay. 22.
22. you feel your very essence start to get pulled and sink, and you're like, oh gosh. It's like when you're on a roller coaster and you feel that dip in your stomach. You're like, oh, this is not good. And then you shrug it off and you plant yourself there. And even though it's a crappy, sucky place to be, you manage to stay here and you shake off the effect of unworthy in thy presence. And it does not work. It says, I don't know who your patron is, but I don't know who your deity is, but it's very strong. You sure you don't want to work for me?
I'm positive.
All right. Diedre is up, followed by Igneous. Diedre is babbling, but you still get a turn.
Okay. Well, I'm still hasty.
Yep.
So I'm gonna...
Can she use cunning action to babble?
I mean,
sure I
Not
could.
on the list.
So I don't... Because he's over... What's this thing that's near me right now? Me and Yenni. Because she's dead.
Okay,
right?
sorry. First of all, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Another one?
Yes. This is a different thing. This is Spirit Guardian.
7. Man, it's like every... Wisdom's like my worst. Yeah,
All right.
7.
Okay.
Do I start flinging mud around? Like, what's next?
You take 9 points of necrotic damage. Oh, sorry. 9 points of radiant damage.
I have resistance to radiant damage because I have the Mind Flayer vest.
Oh, dang. All right. Well, there you go. See? So you take half of that. 4. No, your equipment. 4. If it's 9, then half of it's 4. All right. So you take 4 points. How about that? The vest came in handy. Hooray!
Hey,
I love
finally.
it when that happens.
You know, accessorizing is always worthwhile.
Okay,
Except
so that's...
I wouldn't say that I
Except you go...
Yep.
Yenni's just like, yeah.
All right. So, but there's everybody now... because I want to go for him, and he's inside the swoop swoop.
Still a force field that's very visible.
Okay.
Although,
I'm gonna go over back to pillar 0, and I'm gonna hit it.
Okay. Make an attack.
And that's gonna be a 14 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay, that's going to be 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm going to hit it again.
All right.
Oh, and that's a nat 1.
Oh, you swing into it. I need you to make a
I get
D20.
distracted by all the just delicious dirt that's on the floor.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
You said I need to roll a d20 or...
Roll a d20. If you roll above a 10, you will not hit the force field.
It's a 12.
Oh, okay. You don't hit the force field. You just clang, but it doesn't really hit a sensitive part of the pillar, so no damage.
And I'm on the ground eating dirt.
Okay. But you have... Is haste your second attack? That was your second attack?
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. All right. Igneous, you're up. You're at pillar number 2.
I am crying, weeping, laughing.
Can
Can I do stuff in addition to that, or like what's my?
You're incapacitated, so that's your turn, unfortunately, for this round.
All right,
You're
I do all those things.
Screaming, crying. And Yenni, you basically witnessed in the span of about 12 seconds your axe decapitating Rayla, Diedre babbling and then going over and hitting a pillar, and then Igneous crying and weeping and yelling just like you did a couple seconds ago. And you're just kind of witnessing all this in a rage, like, what's it's like
Everything's normal.
Yeah. All right. So that's that. Melbin, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna attack Drell.
There's a Drell. Okay.
Yep. First attack, axe side, is a 17 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. Other side, hammer side, is a nat 20. So it's a 30 to hit.
Oh, nat 20.
And
Yeah,
I'm going to
hit.
go ahead and Divine Smite that. Level 3. So I don't think I roll my... I don't roll my Divine Smite twice, right?
Nope.
Okay.
You anything that you roll, you double the dice.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. All right.
Now he's not undead, so don't add an undead thing.
I'm not.
But you do get that extra thing from before.
All right, you just want the total damage on that?
Yep, give it to me. I know it's a lot.
51 damage.
51. All right, you smacked into him. He's hurting. Very powerful, but he's still up. That's your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Theo, what you want to do?
Well, let's hit that thing with my stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. 13 to hit.
That will just miss.
Darn. Well, good show, everybody.
What do your wolves do?
They're gonna attack.
You don't get a second attack? It's just one attack?
No.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what do the wolves do? You get 3 attacks on the pillar. You need above a 14.
All right, hit,
Okay.
miss,
Okay.
and a hit. So 2 hits.
Okay. So Gnarls and Rover will hit. What's the damage? You know what? I'm just gonna say it's so close. So here's what happens. They claw and jump and claw and push at the sort of forces that are inside. There's wiring, there's cogs, and the wolves claw in and then and the second force field goes down.
Ooh.
The wolves have clawed away the constructs. However, because they dismantled it,
Oh no.
I need the wolves and Rebecca and you, Theo, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh gosh, for the wolves, I'm gonna do them all as one.
Yep.
8.
Okay. That's a fail.
All right, I'll do Rebecca. 17.
7. That's a success.
Great. And then I will do a dex save for myself with no bonus. That's a 9.
Okay, so unfortunately, you and the wolves are going to take 23 points of lightning damage,
Okay.
and Rebecca will take half of that, so 11.
Okay. Gnarls Barkley has crossed the rainbow
Oh,
bridge.
Gnarls!
Gnarls.
All right. Okay.
It was worth
So
it.
that's your turn. Top of the round. Everyone make a wisdom saving throw for madness.
Oh no.
Finally. 17.
Okay.
21!
Yenni and Diedre are not going mad this time.
18.
Does that mean am I still speaking gibberish, or do I get to
No,
back out of
you're
that?
not. Yeah,
Unless you
all
want
of,
to.
all of the madness effects are done.
16
What'd you get?
for me.
16. That's a success.
Okay.
Igneous,
18.
what'd you get?
14.
14. Everybody is not mad.
Yay!
Woohoo! Okay. But before your turn, Yenni, Narsendrell is very worried about what's happening here, and he is going to use his legendary action and he says, I can't let you succeed now. You're not seeing reason. I'm afraid I'm going to have to try something different. You're not with me. Then you shall perish. And he's going to flail his arm into the air, and with a flurry of yelling strikes, he's going to cast Flame Strike.
Good boy.
Vertical column of divine fire roars down from the heavens. He's gonna attack Melbin.
Yeah, of course he is.
I mean,
be dumb of him not to.
Because you're smashing on him, so he's got to. So there it is.
Yeah.
And make a dex save for me.
Alrighty. Dex save. 22.
22. All right.
Oh wait,
So that'll
dex save.
succeed.
No, wait, I lied. That was wrong. Not 22. 17.
17. That's gonna fail.
Okay.
DC was 18.
Wow.
So you're gonna take 31 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, not fire damage. It's actually, if it matters, you're taking 14 points of fire damage, and the rest, which is 15 radiant damage.
And is that a spell?
That is a spell.
I am resistant to spell damage. I only take half of that. So 15 points total then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay. So you all see Melbin get this large column of fire just from the sky, and you're all like, okay, he's dead. Like he is just melted from sky fire and just
again.
And then it basically, like, you see Melbin and his armor is just kind of glowing white hot, and it just cools down, and he kind of like looks up all.
Not this time, Drell.
No!
Keep cool.
Why? That was such a cool spell. Why did you? How did you? But he still has a spiritual weapon, so it's going to come up and attack you from behind. Bam. Come on, spiritual weapon. Evil spiritual weapon. 20.
It hits me.
7
Right.
force damage.
Cool. I'm fine.
That's not a spell. That's an attack.
Yep. I mean, I'm not fine. I'm badly hurt, but I'm not dead yet.
Great. All right. That's Narson Drell's turn. Now it's Diedre's turn.
Oh, that's me.
You're in front of the pillar.
Oh, yeah. But then the one... So I'm going to use my hasty movement. Has it been a minute? How...
Has it been a minute?
My haste is only
no, it's not. No, it hasn't been a minute.
Okay.
You
then
still
I
have
want to
haste.
run around. I'm like, screw this. I'm tired of trying to hit this pillar. I'm going to run around.
Running around.
To get to him, I'll let you move me. And then since I'll have people within 5 feet, I get my advantage, and I'm gonna hit him twice.
Okay, go for it. 2 attacks.
So first one, 15 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay, second one is gonna be 28 to hit.
28 will hit.
34 damage.
All right. So the first dagger goes into the armor, and it kind of clinks off the side. But then you find where there's a weakness and stab it inside, and find purchase in it. He winces in pain. Ah, no! Don't you see I'm trying to do good for this world? Why do you fight it?
Because it feels good.
Igneous, you're up.
All right, first up, I'm going to bonus action, cold punch the pillar.
Yep.
This would be
bam!
15 attack.
That'll hit.
Pillar, 11 damage.
The force field, the final force field, dissipates.
Yeah.
And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That seems like a very reasonable thing for me to make as a monk. 15.
That is going to fail. So, sorry. Don't you have a thing, though, with dex saves?
Yes.
I don't want to tell you, but I'll tell you.
It's evasion, so it means if it's half damage, it's 0 damage, and if it's full damage, it's half damage, I believe.
Okay,
Yep.
so it's half damage.
That's right.
All right, so I rolled 25 damage of lightning damage, and so you take 12 damage. You punch it, and you're like, yeah! Worth it.
All right, pillars are down. My intention, I feel like I can do this with my movement and my action, but if it needs to be a stunt, there's also that. I want to grab my bag.
Yep.
That is full of darts, poison darts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I want to run and leap at Narson Drell.
Yep.
And remember, Chris, I began this season with a bag over my head. So I want to land and pull this bag over Narson Drell's head. The bag is also filled with poison darts. Which I feel like would make it hard to concentrate on various spells if that were in back over your head.
So metal.
You are correct. All right, so this is a stunt because it's an accuracy thing of trying to get the hood over his head.
Yes.
While flying through the air. So let's have you make... I'm going to have you make a dexterity check. And you will have advantage because you're near Melbin. You'll have +4 to your roll.
All right. That is a +4. That would make it a 25. If it's important, there are 6 darts in this bag.
Well, that's a little important. But, okay, roll. Everyone's waving their hands in the air. Roll 6d4 plus 6.
64 plus 6 would be 23.
Say the thing.
Describe your victory.
Oh,
with a
yeah.
bag of darts on his head. With a bag of darts.
I mean, I leap off of the pillar from up above and land squarely with the bag completely over his head and all the darts in it. And then I just reach back with both my hands and clap them together on his head to shove all the darts in. The cold hand and the fire hand.
Yeah. Smash. He, with a bag over his head, Narson Drell falls down unconscious. There's some sort of effect with some of the darts that are probably poisoned. But you wouldn't know because he's done. The spiritual mace, spiritual weapon, floating mace goes away. The weird effect that was happening to this man that was on the altar in front of you dissipates, and he kind of crumples back down to the ground. However, the unicorn effect healed him where he didn't die, so he's kind of still alive. Through a quick medicine check, you get the sense, Theo, that he's alive, but he's definitely just kind of he's in a coma. He's just out of it because he's been through a lot. So yeah, but you've successfully saved him from some sort of fate, which seemed very bad. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Dang this mad place.
We do not know how to leave here necessarily.
If anybody within 10 feet of me gets +4.
27.
Yeah.
17, and I think that would put me to 21.
14.
19.
Okay.
16.
14.
14. Okay, everybody saved.
Yes.
You're not mad.
No, I'm happy.
Yes, you're all happy. So you have the unconscious body of Narsendrell. You have the decapitated body of the assassin rogue, half-elf rogue Rayla, and you have a as yet unidentified, but you think it's probably Drake Bloodmoon, but you're not sure, and you're all there.
Okay,
in
well,
the Shadowfell.
I think we need to get out of here.
I want to put on my red cloak.
I'd like to
You
do
go
lay
get the
on
red
hands
cloak.
on the person who is probably Drake.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's almost as important as putting on my red cloak. But...
Yes, you go and get the red cloak. It is miraculously unsinged because of Yenni's accuracy of the boomerang blade, a new ability that you have now unlocked with this is the final ability that Yenni unlocked with the blood axe. Once a day, you can do boomerang blade.
Nice.
Do I have to say it? Boomerang blade.
Absolutely.
When I send it out?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I noted that when I threw a dart at Rayla, she tried to grab it with her, and she said something about her gloves. So I'm gonna go check on those gloves.
Yes, you have. You inspect them. They are very cool. They have kind of like some cool grippy things on them, and on the inside, and the fingers are slightly extended. These are gloves of missile snaring. So
I'll do a quick heal right there, so everybody gets 11 healing.
Cool.
Okay.
And I did 20 points on the person who's probably Drake.
On Drake Bloodmoon. He definitely looks a lot better. Some color comes back into his face. He's got like kind of salt and pepper hair and a little bit of a goatee, and some darker clothing, a cloak, and none of you recognize him, but he seems, as you look down on his arm, he does have a knight's tattoo, and you get the sense that, like, okay, this is probably Drake.
Can we use our knight's tattoos to determine for sure if it's him?
You use your knight's tattoo, and this isn't Drake Bloodmoon.
Wait a minute.
This, through your knight's tattoo, this is a individual named Eric Darkharbor.
What?
Dumb name.
What?
Say what?
I sense that this man only holds the mantle of Drake Bloodmoon.
Some of you have met another Darkharbor, I think.
No.
No, he wasn't at the battle.
He was there.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
He was there.
Oh, I fought him.
Yes.
Hey, I stabbed a Dark Harbor once. Wonder if they're related.
Gosh. What a weird moment for you. You're thinking about stabbing your own character to see if you recognize the character that your dad plays. All right, moving on. So
well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I pick him up, throw him over my shoulder. Fireman's carry.
Okay, throw him over your shoulder. You're still in the Shadowfell.
By the way, this whole place is made of shadows. I don't know if that helps us in any way of getting out of it. You think maybe on the other side of this long, creepy bridge there might be like a exit sign or something?
Well, we may as well. Let's go.
Whoa.
You head over to the other side of the bridge. There's a big creepy temple. As you're getting close,
that pool we fell through isn't like over our head or anything, right? We just sort of appeared here.
No, it's not over your head.
Creepy temple with portals inside.
There's no portal.
You think we can tattoo our way back over there?
Well, we would end up back at the temple, right? Or at Glorn.
The tattoos didn't necessarily teleport. That was returning back from going through what turned out to be the Tarask portal, right?
Right,
we were
but
told.
you teleported to the front of the Temple of the High Apostle.
Okay.
Oh, then we should. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did go through that portal. Yeah, let's try it.
All right,
All
so
right,
you're
circle up, yo.
gonna circle up. You are holding on to Drake Bloodmoon. You have looted the body of Rayla, and put your fingers on the tattoos.
Should
And then-
we?
Rebecca.
Hold on, before we do that.
With Rebecca.
Should we just
yeah.
leave Narson Drell's unconscious body here? Should we make sure he's dead? Should we take him with us?
We should probably grab him.
Yeah,
All right.
let's take him.
I'll go get him.
You want Rayla's body or her head? Bring with us?
No,
or,
she deserves to stay here.
I'll
All
just
right.
sort of drag him by a foot, carelessly across the across the bridge.
All right. Nars and Drell is like, my pleasure. Just kind of
Shut up,
muttering.
punch.
And then you circle up, you place your fingers on the tattoos, and you zoom out into some sort of ethereal thing, and then our scene fades to black. And 2 weeks later, we're at the Temple of Glorn. All of you have rested. You have gotten your bearings back. You kind of shaken off some after effects of madness. Occasionally, Diedre is having a normal conversation and will just go.
I thought you were gonna say eat a piece of dirt.
Sometimes she'll sprinkle a little
Yummy.
dirt on some of her fruit bowl, and she's like, "What? I like it's earthy," and that sort of thing.
It's herbal.
Yeah, it's herbal. Occasionally, Yenni and Igneous will just start screaming and laughing, and just for no reason.
No one can tell if that's madness or just.
And that was before.
Yeah. But other than that, it seems to be you've done well. And Drake Bloodmoon, who you've identified now as this gentleman Eric Darkharbor, has come out of his sleep. And since I don't have Zach's dad around, I'm just going to sort of say that he talked with you and thanked you for saving him. He is going to work with the Knights Council to reestablish trust and bring back some of the other religions and high priests that were exiled on the outside of Valkara, because they did not worship Avros. So they were like outside in these sort of internment camps. We never saw them. We never got to really explore that part of the political stuff. I had this little side story of that, but that's okay. So he's going to take care of that and kind of, use his local political power to reestablish things. You guys exchange notes on what Narson Drell said about these souls being transferred and trapped for Avaros. And even though you didn't see any souls when you went over to the Shadowfell, you get the sense that Narson Drell was in the middle of doing that, sort of sacrificing Drake Bloodmoon in some sort of ceremony, but it did not finish. All of the purifiers in town of Valkara, some of you went up to the surface, teleported up to the surface, and were able to kind of do a sweep of the city. And with Melbin's help, he's reestablished contact with some of the guard who now have some of the city guard who since the purifiers are no longer around, you were able to kind of talk with some of them and say hey, it's safe, and it's safe to do stuff now. All of the magical sort of alarm systems in the city have been dismantled, and so people are able to kind of do simple magics. At first it's little things, little cantrips, and then eventually people are doing more spells safely. So things are changing in the city, and you have affected change. Families are coming back in that worshipped other deities and are being reunited, and they don't know exactly what's happened other than there is no Narsen Drell, and the purifiers, which were really terrifying people in the city, are now gone. Back in Glorn, Raffaella and Lucky and Ganok and Boone are all there with Gustavo, who's still mending some of the other knights, and they have gathered y'all, and they say, Raffaella says, "You have really done an amazing job, and we thank you. I do want to ask if any of you would be interested in staying and helping to reestablish defenses, and since I don't know exactly, since they know about the Grumble Gate, it's possible that we might still be in danger here. We might have to set up other defenses. It's going to be a lot of work. We're going to need to use this as a base. We still can't let, the thing that's here fall into the wrong hands. So if any of you want to stay, you're welcome to. But I will be staying along with Lucky and Ganok."
Melbin looks at Theo.
We can take time to think about it. I'll let you. I'll let the five of you talk, and if anyone would like to stay. But otherwise, I know that you have healed up, and some of you have mentioned that you might want to move on. So, Lucky will be able to send you. You've actually been requested to go to the Knight's headquarters in Oakhart, if you're ready. But they said that anybody that wants to stay can stay.
What do you all think?
I think Melbin would do whatever Theo decided to do.
What do you all think? We've been through a lot together down here. Good work up there. If I haven't said that.
Listen, darling, if I stay put too long, I'm going to start putting on weight, and I simply can't have that. So I'm afraid I don't see myself sitting down here.
Theo, I, of course, trust your judgment above all, and will gladly stay by your side if you want, wherever you go.
Well, I know that, Melbin, and, I had asked a very important question of Raffaella before I had left, and I'd like the answer to that. And I think it's, you've been under my tutelage for some time now, for some reason. I don't really fully understand it even now, but you got to go out and make your own life and your own adventure, and I think you need to think about what you want out of life as opposed to me telling you where to go and what to do, and you can strike out on your own.
Well, then, I suppose I should like to visit the headquarters, and I can always come back to visit.
I think that would fit you. You're maybe the most valiant fighter I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you.
He gets all choked up.
You've served nature well, friend. And, he says, you could always use this. And he gives him his shepherd's crook to Melbin. And he says, we never had a chance to unlock its full potential, but this will actually form into a mighty tree. If you plant it in the ground and touch it on the side, this will grow into a tree. And if you, in your travels, wanted to put it somewhere as a place to come to and reflect and remember our adventures here, that's something you could do.
I am honored to hold a tree in my hand.
At a loss for words, Melbin just rushes over and hugs Theo, and I assume he can probably pick him up even though you're bigger than me. I'm pretty strong.
Yeah.
He picks him up in a big old bear hug.
Oh, friend Theo, you are the kindest soul I have ever met.
Thank you, friend. Now, I have to go see what the answer to that question was.
In our little huddle, we all turn towards Rafaela.
So what have you decided?
That's a great question. What have you decided?
I'm sorry.
Well, I think, Rafaela, last time, before we had left, I'd asked you a question about if you'd wanted to, be joining houses and be setting up to rear some children. If you'd...
Going in hot.
My goodness, you're forward. Theo, you are an amazing knight, and you have a way with nature and animals, and you've taught Melbin so much, and I would hate to come between your mission, and my duties are here, and while I appreciate all that you've done for us, and I enjoy your company, I feel like my work just requires all of my concentration. I need time. I'm not quite ready to settle down, as you say. I'm definitely not ready for children. We don't need little dragonborn orcs running around, although they would be quite adorable.
Adorable. Sorry.
Yes.
Adorable.
I hear it'd be a fun mix, but please don't feel. I do like you. It's just not a good time for any of us, I think.
Oh, I understand. Okay, Melvin, give me that stick back.
Okay,
We're
here
going
you go.
to the headquarters. My offer still stands, Rafaela. Whenever you're ready,
Yes, of course.
I'm ready to commit to you.
All right. So, will all of you be going to Oakheart?
Yeah.
All right. You say goodbyes. Boone pats some tentacle stalks around you and just, I'm going to miss you guys. A couple of his eyes start kind of watering up, and Lucky and Ganak kind of shake hands and
you all take care, Boone. You're doing a good job here, and
thank you. If anytime you need some boons, just think of Boone. I'll be able to help you. I'll try to work on some of those things. And
thanks, Boone. I appreciated the polka dancing, even though all those people died terribly. And if you all need us, you know how to find us. All right.
Oi, well, I'm ready to send you to Oakheart. I won't be coming with you, but word is they're planning something kind of strategic there, so best be heading down to the Grumble Gate one last time. So he takes you down. Rafaela is looking, a little forlorn as you walk past, and you see her in the corner of your eye, around the corner, and you're heading down and into the tunnel of the Tarrasque. Now that you know that this is this kind of sleeping, hibernating Tarrasque that's been put down, and you head down, and Lucky starts to conjure the teleportation, and you see through a sort of blue ring, forest clearing, a small town, village through the.
Oh! Hey, wait! Hold on a second. Hey, remember that jumpy staff you got?
What?
The jumpy staff, it let me jump all the way across the chamber. Remember that? It was really cool.
Right, I do remember that. Yeah, but that was
I
something.
found these gloves, and they let you catch missiles right out of the air. Except I can already do that. So how about you take these gloves?
You want to make a trade?
I'll take the jumpy staff.
All All right, that sounds fine. I'm sure somebody can. I mean, I don't really need that, but yeah, I'll take that. Sure. He kind of like pulls out from a mysterious small bag and pulls it out and hands you the little staff. It's only about a foot long. Remember, it extends. And there you go. You have the staff of jumping.
All right, and I'm like, oh, thanks, brother. And then we like start to go in for a handshake, and then we're like, oh, maybe not, maybe not again. We'll just kind of like
I'll keep that
do a
ability.
gentle hug.
Gonna work on that. Fire
That's
is still a
good.
little bit weird for me. I'm
It's
still
cool,
getting
though.
used to it. It makes me sweat under the arms.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
to see you. Thanks for that. That was an interesting combination of
Very much so.
good forearm talk. Good talk. And he's just like pats. He doesn't touch you, but he's just like, all right. And then the portal's open.
Goodbye,
you
friends.
guys, hey, you guys going to Okar? Because I need a ride.
Yeah, come on.
You can head through XX, sure.
Cool.
And
Did you guys fix whatever that stupid problem was? Okay, cool.
XX comes out of the closet. You all jump through into the next adventure that awaits you. And that's where we're going to end our season.
Yay!
Season 5.
Huzzah!
Hey, we did it.
Well done.
Yay!
Well done, my friend.
Well done.
Excellent.
Awesome.
But before we leave, we have our end credit scene, our epilogue, our second epilogue. A week has gone by.
Another week.
Since another week has gone by since the events that happened in Valkara, and word is spread, and all of the rescued knights. We follow. We see a tavern in the small town of Respite. There's people walking around. There's a new bartender that's behind the bar. A human male with longer dark hair. He's kind of scruffy. He's polishing the bar. He's pouring some ale for some people. Jarek, what's your favorite thing to serve at this bar?
Ooh, I really like. Not very many people order it, but like if anybody does, I like pouring a nice pint of whiskey. But it turns out that amount of alcohol would kill most people, so it's rare.
Every once in a while, you pour a little pint of whiskey for a friend that just in case she shows up, but she hasn't shown up in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But you pour it out. You pour and then you pour it back in the bottle.
Pour one out for the homie.
From a side door, a small goblin pokes his head out, wearing a brownish cloak. And Branch, you look at Jarek, and you kind of gesture to him.
We need to leave.
Jarek, that's the kind of signal to close up shop. Some of the town members, you close up, and then you guys head down to the basement of where all of the casks are being stored. You push on one of the casks, and it opens up into another opening where a large, more lavishly adorned side room and a series of rooms with different knights walking back and forth. Very, different planning rooms. There's maps. There's this kind of secret open room. And you walk into a back planning room where we see Kali, a Aarakocra, who is laying out some of the extra plans. We see Bato, a dragonborn artificer, and his husband, who's sitting down on the side, smiling at him, and he's kind of wiping his brow. I never thought it would be finished, but it worked. A half-elven woman with reddish hair and dark brown leathers and a blue cloak, holding her hands together, and says, "All right, well, let's bring her in." She kind of looks back and gestures to another human man with dark hair holding a trident. Tiburon, you nod your head, and walk back into one of the side rooms where a half-elven female sits on the ground drumming a large drum with painted flowers on the side. And Maya, you look up at Tiburon.
Hello!
It's time, Maya.
Both of you
Okay,
head
it's
into
time
the
to go.
both of you head into the main room, where Bato looks at you. You know what the mission is, and Sora looks at Maya and says, "You can do this. It's like we talked about. This device will help you. Just think about the person that we want to find. Think about the person that is in charge of the Platinum Syndicate. This Luminite will enhance your scrying abilities. You've been able to concentrate and see and go to places across the plains. You're the one that can do this, Maya. Are you ready?"
Ready as I will ever be. Let's go.
She sits down, and the Luminite has been constructed with a sort of beautiful silver and gold and copper wrapped handles on the side. You put your hands, Maya, on the side of this and look into the Luminite, which is a translucent material, and it's been polished and carved in with different runes, and your vision enhances and you seem to fade in, kind of like a trippy weird effect, but you fade in and your vision rushes suddenly forward over mountains, lakes, oceans, lava, caverns, fields. It rushes by faster and faster and faster. You go into the sky, into the clouds, into the atmosphere, and into the heavens themselves. And then a flash, and then back into clouds, vibrant colors, the sunsets, different lakes over rivers and streams, and down into a canopy of trees, into a forest. You're finding who is this mysterious person that is in charge, who is this patron that has set up all of these fake deities that the knights from Valkara have set up. And with all the information that you have gathered, that they have given to you about a spider and a woman, and you find out you're rushing past trees, and then you rush past branches and into a clearing and into a court, a summer court. And surrounding the court are several pillars, and there is a throne. And on the throne is a large female figure with several eyes. And she looks up, seemingly right at you. And she says, "And so it begins."